Sure that I am. We'll figure this out. It will be fine. Right, I've got people saying hello. Does that mean I am live? Someone on Twitch has said I'm live. I'm now just checking to see if I've gone live on YouTube. Maybe I haven't gone live on YouTube yet. No, I am live on YouTube as well. I think I am live everywhere. Am I live the chat is not working. That's really helpful. Right, hold on. We're just trying to get the chat up and running. I deliberately haven't gone live on TikTok yet. We're just going to make sure these two are working first. Somebody say something on the chat. There you go. Right, we have the chat working. So I think we are live on both YouTube and Twitch. Hello to both of you. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be building this very, very soon. But first, I need to figure out how to go live on YouTube as well, on TikTok as well. This could be where everything just breaks. It'll be fine. Right, I'm pressing go live on TikTok as well. So we are now also live on TikTok. So easy. Look at that. Look at this lovely clean desk. I've even got desk cleaning wipes that I've just used. I've cleaned my monitors because they're slightly in sharp. This whole Lego thing, it's good habits, isn't it? How are we all doing anyway? How is the setup? Before we get up and running, I guess I just want to make sure that we're all right on the audio. Me and Topher have done a lot of testing, so the audio. Let's hide that microphone. We're trying to be tidy. The audio and the image should be fine. I know if you're watching on TikTok, there'll be a slight issue with it being vertical and me struggling to get into frame. We're going to need to get the camera further away, which we'll have in the new setup. Can I still hydrate? That's a good point. I haven't brought a drink down. I was so focused on getting everything set up, I haven't brought a drink down. So, no, I can't. What I also am not entirely sure about is whether I'll see stuff like subs come through. Basically, to let you know how this is working, I am doing this on Restream, which I've never used before. So I don't actually know how Restream works. This is very much an experimental stream. For those of you who've not been keeping up to date with what's what, we are launching a new channel called Block Party. It's going to be on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram at Block Party UK. On all of those, you'll see throughout the stream the links rolling around at the bottom of the screen. I urge you all to subscribe/follow on all of those places. I am also dual streaming this onto my normal Twitch because that's where I normally stream. Going forward, I mean, we'll build the whole of the new camp on all platforms. I'm not going to be a monster. We're not going to get it all built tonight, but I'm not a complete monster. I'm not going to show you the first part and then make you follow it somewhere else if you're watching on Twitch. But once we've finished this build over however many streams that takes, the streams won't be on Twitch anymore for this. We'll go back to Twitch being about gaming, and the future Lego stuff will be on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. So make sure you follow in all of those places if you want to be following on with all that kind of stuff. And I will try my very best to keep up to date with 3 different chats all running at the same time, which I can't actually see that I'm in frame on TikTok. I think I am. I'm just about in frame. Okay. So I think we are. Let's put TikTok over there so I can at least check what's going on. I think we're good. So I guess we need to open up this massive box. If you're not familiar with this, by the way, I mean, you should be familiar with the football stadium, I would think. But if you're not familiar with the set, it's quite an ambitious start for our first stream because it's 5,500 pieces. It's one of their 18 plus sets. It's one of, certainly in terms of piece counts, it's one of the biggest sets they've ever done. You've got stuff like the Eiffel Tower, which I think is over 10,000 pieces, but it's a big boy. It's a very big boy. In addition to having the set, we also, somewhere in this big pile next to me that you can't see, I also have the lighting set up for it. So we're going to build the whole set, and then when we're done, we're going to be able to replace the floodlights with actual lights. I think we can light this bit up at the front as well. And it's going to look really cool, and it's going to live in the backdrop for the Football Manager streams and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's going to be awesome. But It's going to be a bit. I've never built anything this big before that's going to take this long. So you might see me cry on stream. I need to work out how to get into it without completely ruining the box. Where's my cutting implement? That's we will obviously just chat in general as we go through it. Oh, ring my own bell there. Oh my word! Oh my word! Look at it. There's so much Lego in this box. What on earth have I got myself into? There is so much Lego in here. How long do I think it will take me? Absolutely no idea, because I've never attempted anything like this before, especially not while streaming. If I was just sat here on my own doing it, then probably a couple of evenings, I would think. But because I'm going to be streaming and chatting to you lot as well, and not like constantly just clicking building, I have absolutely no idea how long it's going to take. I can see someone saying I thought Anna was going to be on this channel as well. She is, but we don't both fit behind this desk in this room, so we can't stream together until the Lego room upstairs is done, which is a work in progress. All the furniture is being delivered tomorrow. Certainly by the middle of the week, the room on the top floor, Anna's room, the office, the Lego room, whatever you want to call it, that will be up and running by midweek. So we should be able to record the first YouTube video on the new channel, which will be together then, and then we're going to start on the room above me, which is going to be where our Lego City is going to be. We cleared that out yesterday, and then we just need to get the furniture and stuff sorted for that. So long term, yes, Anna is definitely going to be a big part of the channel, but A, she's not at all interested in building a football stadium, and B, we don't both fit in here together. So my word, I don't even know how many bags there are going to be in here. There's just so much. There's another box. What the hell is this? It's going everywhere. What have I got myself into here? There's a box in it. If this is another box of Lego, I'm changing the plan and we're just going to play Football Manager. Oh my word, there's so much. Where on earth am I supposed to put all this? What is this? Right, this is now a box, so I can put this back behind me. Because I'm going to keep the box, and in the meantime use it to hide my untidy computer situation. This is another box of Lego. My desk is, that's bag 30. My desk is literally covered in Lego. And this is an additional box full of Lego. Do you think he's made the plan? No, there's no plan. There is absolutely no plan to this. What I do know is in amongst this pile, my instinct is to not open the second box, but there's no instructions yet. So I'm guessing the instructions are in here. Take all the bags out, put them back in the box in order, highest to lowest. You'll thank yourself later with a big old box like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm very much going to get into this box just to retrieve the instructions and not touch the Lego that's in there. Unless the maniacs that built it want me to start with this box. Can you imagine? Is there a bag 1 here? That's 23. Oh, it's Sol Campbell's bag. Lovely. 31. These are all high numbers. I actually think this is the second lot of Lego that we're going to work on. I don't think there's any small bags here. Yeah, this is, I think the smallest one in this set is 16. So I'm guessing we are actually starting here. So I might put all these back in the box for now and open the smaller box, and we'll work on the smaller box. So let's put all these ones away. Then it's far less intimidating. I realise someone's just told me to do this in order, but I get the feeling we're not going to be opening this box again tonight. I think the contents of this box is going to be plenty to keep me occupied for a little while. How much did it cost? It was a little bit more than it would have been at retail when it first came out, because it is a retired set, but I really, really wanted it. I think with the lights, it was about £350. So it is an expensive set, but it is going to look so cool when it's done. They've released 3 football stadiums, and the other 2 I've got no interest in owning. The other 2 are Old Trafford and the Bernabeu. So I've been to Old Trafford for a playoff final, but don't want Manchester United merch in my house. And I've never been to the Bernabeu, whereas I went to the Nou Camp last year, and it was one of the best footballing experiences I've ever had. I made a vlog of it. There's a vlog on the main channel, and I described it, I think, as football Disneyland at the time. So the idea of having... Anna's got the big Disney castle, which she's going to have in her office. I'm going to have football Disneyland in my office. And I think that's fair. I'm not going to make a habit of buying the craziest, most expensive sets. But this one was an exception, and it's one that I really, really, really wanted. It's another, believe it or not, another massive bag of Lego. I do have to question why they would have the bags that you're going to start with in a separate box, and the stuff that's loose and falls out of the box initially. Oh no, you don't need that straight away, Kev. Oh my word. That's the instruction book, I think. We'll look at that in a second. Ah, there's so much Lego! Right, yeah, we have got some lower numbers here. It's a football pitch. It's a loose bit of football, but that's so cool. Bits of football pitch. I'd buy Enfield Lego. I mean, I would be all over getting the Peterborough ground, the Emirates. I'd take either of those in Lego form for sure. Right, we'll get this into some kind of order. And it's, oh my God. I've just felt the weight of this. Oh, I'm terrified. When this originally came out, it came with an awesome Barcelona gift with purchase, did it? Oh my word. Oh my word. Right, just for effect. Stickers, which are cool. Are you ready for this? Oh my word! That was the instruction manual. So there's 2 of these. What on earth possessed me to think that that I should do this as my first live build. I have lost my mind. Right, remind me when I'm scratching around in like 3 streams time, because I've finished the instruction book and the stadium doesn't look finished. Remind me there's a second book. Because I will forget. I've put the second book away. I've got the first one here. I'm going to try and make some kind of sense. Oh, this is really nice, actually. It's got loads of stuff about the stadium. It's in English and Spanish as well, which is quite cool. Got a little history of the Nou Camp, which, I mean, of course, once we've built it, we are going to symbolically knock it down like it has been in real life. I think that adds to the realism of it, doesn't it? But we'll pick out the seat that I sat in when I went. Make sure I cram my minifig in, my little Kev minifig, cram him in so he's got no leg room, and then we knock the whole thing down. We also need to clamp a Bluetooth speaker that's far too loud to it to signify the massive Spotify speaker that they've got. Right, here you go. We are, oh my word. Right, so stage 1, I think we can definitely manage. Stage 1 is building the football pitch. Stage 2 then involves bags 2 to 8, and then the next stage is bags 9 to 15, and I think that then gets us onto the second book, and the second book corresponds to the second big pile of Lego. So this big pile that we've got in front of us is for this instruction book. Okay, this makes sense. The Disney Castle is 3 books. Luckily, Anna's building that, although I have got the Avengers Tower to build as well, which I don't know that I'll be doing that on stream because I really want to get that built. I might do. We'll see how the streams go. Like I say, the ones that are going to be on Twitch as well, that is just going to be the Nou Camp. But the, there's pack 1. How convenient. Long term, we are going to be streaming, both me and Anna, sometimes together, sometimes one of us individually will be streaming quite regularly on the on the YouTube channel. So make sure you're following on there. There'll be regular TikTok updates and stuff as well. And I might finally figure out Instagram as part of this new project. Who knows? I feel like you need a desk 5 times as... I haven't actually looked how big it's going to be when it's finished. I'm thinking I'm going to move this wrestling belt and it will fit there where the wrestling belt is, and the wrestling belt can go behind me on the shelves or maybe up in the Lego room. I haven't done any research, so I have no idea how big it's going to be. Right, so we are gonna put these back in the box in reverse order. We are gonna put some pieces together in a minute. I'm looking for bag 15 because that's as far as this pile goes. We'll put that at the bottom of the box because someone in the chat suggested this, and they are a genius, a legitimate genius. How is the audio when I'm clattering Lego around, by the way? Is that something I need to work on for a future stream, or is it something we can cope with? That one doesn't even have... What fresh hell is this? Oh, that does have a number. I was about to write a letter to the management. Right, there is no bag 15. So, I've been lied to already. Bag 14 can go in the box. Mod Gatford on TikTok, please, says Topher. Has he posted on TikTok? And then it's easy to mod him. But I can't mod him unless I can see him in the chat. So, Gatford, post something on TikTok and I'll mod you. This is where everyone registers a new account called Gatford. I can't mod him yet, Topher. Right, I've put bag 14 away. There won't be as much rustling once I've done this initial sort. We're now looking for bag 13. Bag 13 goes in the box. Okay. Lelujo, it's killing my ears. Yeah, but Anna, you've got special ears. You're going to be different to everybody else. You can't cope with the sound of people chewing. That's different. And like I say, once I put most of it away, we'll... Why is there 2 bag 14s? Once I've put most of it away, we won't be making as much noise with it. Right, there's bag 10. There's another 11. Why would there be... Why would there be multiple bags with the same numbers on? Whose idea was this? The audio is distorted. What, when I'm bagging the Lego around or in general? Because we did quite a few audio tests beforehand and it seemed fine. They have multiple bags for the same numbers with different fonts. Fantastic. Is that a 9 or a 6? I think that's a 9. Right. Oh, Anna's saying that she can hear me from the other room with all the noise. I apologise, Anna, I've nearly done. And then there's 3 bag 7s. There's 6, 5 and 5, 4, 3, 2. We have a clear-ish desk and 2 goal mouths. So we have a sticker sheet, some goal mouths, and bag 1. It's distorted in general. I don't think it is. I'm just going to check that the right microphone is being used on TikTok. Hold on. One moment, boys and girls. We're just doing a quick test that I've actually set TikTok up properly. I'm not actually sure how to check the microphone whilst live on TikTok. I don't really understand the TikTok app. Audio. How do I check audio? There we go. It seems like it... Hello? Can you hear me? It seems very quiet on TikTok. TikTok in general... Right, so someone else on TikTok saying the sound is fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Like I say, we did lots of testing. The sound seemed fine beforehand, so let's assume the sound is fine. So we have a sticker sheet, which... Thankfully, for a set this big, there's actually not a huge number of stickers, so that's quite cool. We have our 2 little printed goal mouth plates, and then bag 1. By the end of which, we should have built the pitch, which is awesome. There we go. So bag 1, stick that in my rubbish bin / infinity gauntlet box that I've saved just for that purpose. And then let's do some building, work out what we're going to do. Right, so we need the light on the book. The problem is, and this is very much a YouTuber problem that I need to figure out a solution to, because I've got lights blasting at me so that you can see me and see what I'm doing, the reflection coming back off this book, it's like, I've got to squint with my old man eyes. Is that one black piece? I think it's a black piece. I need like a special reading lamp in there. Right, the very first piece of what will become the Camp Nou is this piece. Right, is it the same person on TikTok saying over and over again there's a problem with the sound? Because everyone else is saying the sound is fine. So I'm inclined to think that one person is just trying to derail things. Or is too much of a perfectionist and wants it to sound like I'm using a podcast quality mic, when we did experiment with using my normal mic that I would use for a normal stream, and it wasn't really doable because it picked up the sound of the Lego because it was closer to the Lego. I'm using a shotgun mic up there, which theoretically shouldn't pick up as much of the Lego clanking, but also it was in the way. I mean, I need this desk space. I can't coming across the desk. Sounds fine, and it goes slightly distorted when moving all the bags. So we're not going to need to do that again for a little while. Right, we are building, boys and girls. We are doing something. I don't know what we're doing. Apparently that's how a football pitch starts. We've got these little circle bits. I'm not going to commentate on everything I'm doing as I go. So the idea of how I envisage these streams being, if you've been in my Football Manager streams before, you know the drill for how a Kev stream goes. It's very much just going to be, there is going to be some Lego building going on, but I'm not necessarily going to be talking about it the whole time. We're here to chat. There will be Lego in the background. That's how I'm thinking these things are going to work. So by all means, chat your little socks off, boys and girls. Such a Kev thing to do, to finally build this, trip over his own feet and drop the finished product. I know. Should I be gluing this together? I feel like I should be gluing this together. Not sure if I'm OCD, but I have to sort the bricks by colour when I open each bag before I build. I mean, no. No. I mean, anyone who's ever seen any of my vlogs and seen how disorganised I am in general, I live in a world of chaos. It's how my brain likes it. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with it just being completely chaotic. That being said, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to put this piece. I think that goes there, and then I don't know how this is going to turn into a football pitch. And then that's going underneath there, I think, and then I'm doing two of those. Okay, don't really know what I'm doing. I'm also a colour sorter. Does that not take ages sorting it into colours? I mean, part of it, I guess, is that I am colourblind as well, which for some sets is a bit of a problem. When I was building the Infinity Gauntlet the other day, there's some really similarly coloured bits that are part of that set, and I would sometimes get like 5 steps ahead, realise that I'd used a similar colour to the one that I should have been using, and had to go back and rebuild everything with the actual right colours. So I think if I was to try and sort everything into actual correct colour before building, I would just end up getting really frustrated because it would take forever. I'm encouraged by how small this pitch looks like it's going to be. I don't think this is going to be an enormous thing that I'm not able to fit into my house, which was the fear when the amount of bags fell out of the bag. That, oh crumb, hold on. I have to have the circles facing a certain way. See, this is what happens when I'm not reading the instructions. These have all got little circles on them, and I have to have the circles pointing out. And I hadn't. I just rammed them on however I felt like. I'm glad I spotted that when I did. That would have led to some heartbreak in a few minutes. When I or probably not, like in a few days rather than a few minutes. When I get to the point where I've got, that's presumably how you attach the stadium to the pitch with little Technic pins. And if I hadn't have spotted that when I did, we could have had this whole thing built and had to then disassemble it, and that would have been heartbreaking, boys and girls. Oh. Right, so we have to have the little pins facing out this way. What are your thoughts on the camera angle as well, folks? Because again, we're very much at an experimental stage with the new channel. We're not There's one of these pieces missing. Hello? Have we got a missing piece already? Have I done something dumb? I feel like there should be one more of these. Am I being thick? Yes, I am, because I need 2 of these and then a big bit in the middle. Yeah, I was being thick. That will happen a lot, I promise. I will get confused quite regularly. But yeah, we're very new to all this. We haven't watched a huge amount of content. I've seen a few streams in various places, but we don't really know what the industry standard is. Anna, I think, will be favouring a top-down view when she is streaming on her own. I think that's how she wants to do it. There you go. Topher's saying people want a top-down angle, but how we'd manage that? Who knows? I mean, we could literally, we've got a clamp here. I could put a camera on that clamp. The only problem is you're then not going to see me, and I know people watch for me. I guess it depends on what we're doing. If we're doing something that's really, really focused on the build, then I guess a top-down view would make sense. When it's more of a chatty stream where we just happen to be making Lego as well, which is what I'm kind of aiming for with this one, then I feel like this angle is probably better, because it would be really weird if all you could see was my hands and every now and again I just stop doing Lego completely to chat and I'm just literally sat there, my hands aren't moving, and I'm just a voiceover looking at some motionless hands. I feel like that would be quite weird. But like I say, early days, we'll experiment with lots of things. If there's one thing I've got after nearly 9 years as a content creator, I've got all the gear. So if there's a camera angle, a lighting setup, an audio setup that we want to try, we probably already have the kit to allow us to try it. So we are going to be able to be pretty flexible and try out lots of new things. You're going to see lots of different versions of this as we go. Right, I swear there is a piece missing this time. So I feel like there's we need an extra one of these. Is it hiding under the... Are you kidding? There's a piece missing. We've got a piece of pitch. No, we haven't. I was holding it. I've never built a Lego set whilst talking out loud before, and I know full well that's the kind of stuff that would normally be happening in my head. And when it's happening in my head, it's fine. When I'm saying it out loud, I then realise how much of an idiot I'm making of myself. There you go, we've got a little bit of a pitch starting to form. Okay, where's the centre circle? We have a centre circle. I feel like there's not enough pieces of pitch. I guess there's more to this. Missing piece claim counter. I know, who do I sue? Who do I sue in the Lego company about all these missing pieces that I've noticed already? Right, we are getting there with the pitch. And then we've got the, I suppose it doesn't matter which way around these bits are, I guess. So we've got the middle of a pitch starting to form. Change the black and beige piece. What, like that? No, in the book it's that way around. It is right. That's how it's supposed to be. I don't know why there's just these random beige pieces, but that's how it is in the book. So, no idea why. Right, we're going to get these little legs on as well. A missing piece counter. We could, I mean, yeah, we can figure out how to do a missing piece counter. I don't know how overlays and stuff work on Restream. That's something I do need to look into. There you go, we're adding the middle bit onto the pitch. Are we on? We are on. I feel like that bit's not attaching right, but I think it probably is. I don't know what this is. Oh, they're goals. They're the little goals. How adorable. Right, and then we get these bits on. So this, I think, gives us a nice idea of what the scale of the finished thing is going to be like. It's a manageable size pitch. I could do my Football Manager Tactics stuff on this. That's just quite a cool thing on its own. Get the goals on. Look how tiny the little goals are. They're so little. Get them on. How do I get them on? How do they attach? Are they really just being rested on? Oh, they kind of ram between. Okay, we can squeeze them in between the studs. There we go. We have a pitch, and we have facts. When completed, Camp Nou's playing surface measured 107 by 72 meters. To comply with current UEFA requirements, it's now 105 by 68 meters. So it's smaller now. There we go. On the basis of you starting this channel, I've also started a TikTok and YouTube and posted a few videos. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What are yours about? Same thing. Are you being a Lego nerd as well? Oh, I've just dribbled. No, I haven't dribbled. That's the penalty spot. I thought I dribbled on. Why would I think I've dribbled on it? We've got a spare piece. I assume this wasn't needed for anything. So I'm going to put this in my little spare piece tub, which is full of all my spare pieces. That is my organisation at the moment. A spare piece tub. Right, there we go. We have a pitch. We're going to put the pitch there so that we know what we're building. And now we're going to start building one of the corners of the exterior of the stadium. I had a bottle of water in here and I don't know where I've put it. Here it is. I hope it tells me when I need to open 2 bags. There's not much in there. That's looking massive given the size of the pitch on the box. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, okay. It is going to be quite big, isn't it? Right, bag 2. Bag 2. Is there a second bag 2? The next one down is bag 3, so I think we're good. We're getting bag 2 open. Don't you buy the light kit? Yeah, I've got the light kit. I'm not even going to worry about the light kit until I've built the whole set. And then we'll put the lights in afterwards, which I realise is going to involve some disassembly. But I'd rather just get the thing made and then worry about lighting it up. It'll be fine. Right. These plates. I'm trying to find plates like this for starting the Lego City. I want a good... I might just buy 5 more of these so I can get loads of these little plates. These are what I need. Am I still into trading cards? I am. Basically, if a thing is expensive, I probably like it. Right, let's start. Where's those little flat bits? There must be another bag 2, because the other bits that I'm supposed to have for this section are 100% not here. I've got to empty the whole thing out. Oh no, I've got to empty the whole thing out. I don't want to. I don't want to open another. Right, look, we need little flat plates that long. They are not here. The little round bits and the little Technic pin things, none of that is here. So there is another bag 2. Absolutely no idea. They're not going to be mental enough for the other bag 2 I need to be in there, surely. Right, here we go. Ah, the Tower of Lego nearly fell over. I bought roads today. Got to figure out how roads work. Oh, there we go. So that's bag 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7. There's 3 bag 7s. This channel's going to force me into some sort of organisation. Yeah, I'm already looking at the Really Useful Box Company or Really Useful Storage Company, whatever they're called. They've got some drawers that fit under the desks we're looking to buy for the Lego City, and I think I'm going to get those. Because yeah, I'm already realising that just having stuff piled in the corner is not the answer. I've got to be really careful not to lose the pile that's already there whilst looking for this next bag. Where the hell is it? 11 and 11, 12, 14 and 13, Well, it's not here. Did I drop it when I was opening it? I don't want. It's not here. There's no second bag 2. Am I supposed to be opening bag 3 as well? It's there. How? I just took. I'm not going to question it. It's there. We've got it. It's fine. It was never a problem. Get these back in the same order we took them out. My word. I must have thought that was one of the 3 bag 7s. I don't know the difference between the number 7 and the number 2, I think. Yeah, because now there's only 2 bag 7s. That's what it was. I somehow read that as a 7 twice. Once when I was packing the bag and once when I was unpacking it out again. Ta-da! We're opening the window. It's so hot in here. Oh, I think it's probably the heat of the panic when I thought stuff was missing. Oh, my pitch. Don't break my pitch. Right. The other bag 2. To go with this big pile of bag 2 that we've already got. Must be taking this seriously. I'm wearing trousers. That just means I've left the house today. I wear trousers when I leave the house. Unless it's between May and September. And then we've got another little bag as well. Okay. Many, many bags. Okay, now we're getting some. Where was the piece that I had before? There it is. That's the piece I had before. We're all going to be questioning our sanity by the end of this stream alone. I know. What happens between May and September? I wear shorts. I don't wear trousers in shorts season. I am a fat, sweaty man. In the summer, I do not trouser. That is one of my... That should be a t-shirt. Who would buy a "in the summer I do not trouser" t-shirt? I don't even remember which part of the stadium we're building now, but we're just going to attach all of these bits. You need to get some sorters so you can split the pieces and have them in bold or something. Why? What would be the advantage of that rather than just having them on the desk? When I'm opening it bag by bag, what would be the advantage of that rather than just having them loose on the desk like this? I am open to suggestions. Anna does that. She has it all sorted. I'm all right with a pile. This is how I built Lego as a kid. I would just have a big pile of it in front of me. The fact that it's now sorted out into numbered bags, that feels like luxury land, because when I was a kid it would just be in a massive tub. My bottom drawer of my bedroom drawers when I was a kid was like a double width drawer, like probably a metre wide, was just full of Lego, loose Lego. And that's what I would build out of. So yeah, having a little bit on the table in front of me like this, it's like, yeah, this is, I could work with this all day. This is fine. No problem. Right, we've built one of these. Which anyone who's been to a football match before, you'll know what one of those is. Exactly. How mad would Anna get if I snuck in during her stream and hid one of the bags? Oh, she'd murder me. Yeah, she'd absolutely murder me. But I want to encourage her to, because she's tried streaming before, and I want to encourage her to do it this time. I want her to enjoy it. I love it. I love streaming. I love content creation. I'm lucky enough to be able to call it my job. Anna obviously works as part of our company, so is involved in the back end side of it and is on camera occasionally, but I'd love her to find a thing that she could regularly stream and enjoy doing. So I'm not going to mess with it in the early days. Once we get further into it, all bets are off. But in the early days, I'm not messing with her. Bet you're raising a silent alarm there when I thought the bag was missing. I mean, did I keep... I feel like my face wasn't... It wasn't exactly a poker face, was it? I was genuinely quite panicked. because I immediately thought, because I bought this set on Amazon, because it's a retired set, I couldn't get it from the Lego store. I almost bought it at Disneyland last year, but Anna wouldn't let me. Well, it's not that she wouldn't let me. She was like, do you really need it? Well, no, obviously, it's a Lego football stadium. Obviously, I don't need it, but that was enough to discourage me, but I nearly bought it there. But because I couldn't get it from the Lego store, I had to get it off Amazon. And as soon as I said I'd bought a Lego set on Amazon, I had like 5 different people in the comments to videos on TikTok be like, oh yeah, I know someone who bought something off Amazon and it was fake, or it had all these pieces missing. And as a Pokemon card guy, I know one of the very simple rules of buying Pokemon cards is you don't do it on Amazon, because it's all fakes or resealed bags and stuff like that. So as soon as I got to the point where I thought there was a piece missing, I thought there was a bag missing, my immediate reaction was someone had opened it and resealed it, and I'd got a dodgy one. So yeah, I was a little panicked for a minute there. There you go, this is coming along nicely. It's about to get colourful. How's the build going? We're going all right at the moment. I don't know what the little red bits are for, but I like them. Very colourful. Right, let's get some more bits in. We're adding some structure. Love a bit of structure. This is already the scale of it. It's going to be huge. Absolutely ridiculously huge. People who watch a lot of Lego content, by the way, and I'm sure there's some of you in, I keep seeing these TikToks of people who make it click, 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 and it sounds really cool. It's like Lego ASMR. How do I make it click? I want to make clicky videos because they seem to do really well. I'm learning. I thought we were going to get sweary Kev earlier. One day, maybe. I miss her Twitch streams. Yeah, Anna's Twitch streams were great. She just didn't really enjoy it, I don't think. So, hopefully, with me being more of a part of it, because I think a lot of it is that she's just not complete, despite spending the last however many years having a vlog camera pointed at her, she's never really had to be the lead. She's much more comfortable being a supporting character. Those of you who watch the streams regularly will know how many brilliantly funny, organic moments will emerge just from Anna wandering in while I'm streaming, and it is great. But I think she just feels that those moments where it maybe goes a little bit quiet, because she was starting out on Twitch, she obviously wasn't streaming to hundreds of people all the time, so there'd be those moments where no one's asked a question for a little while, and it's then knowing what to say in those periods, which only comes with experience. But if you're not comfortable doing it, it's hard to get that experience. I think that's kind of where she got to. But with me sat next to her, I'll keep winding her up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, we're flying through this now. Right, we need another little circle. Oh no, we don't. No, not yet, Kev. Not another little circle piece yet. We're getting all these little blocks on. Where's my little circle chap? What are these bricks called? The little circular ones with a hole in. They're little circle chaps, as far as I'm concerned. What I would really like, if Lego were watching, and I imagine they are, word has probably got out that the greatest Lego stream ever is happening, so they're probably here. Can I have a Wembley Stadium, please? Especially if Posh win the Bristol Street Motors Trophy next month. I'm gonna want me a Wembley. So if you could make Wembley. It seems odd that, having done some of the biggest and best stadiums in the world and Old Trafford, it does seem a little bit odd that happens before Wembley. I missed a piece here. Get that in. So if we could have a Wembley, that would be great. I was lucky that when I tried streaming, I just talked to myself anyway, so it didn't matter. Yeah, Sienna's not that confident doing that, so I think she struggled a little bit with that kind of things. London Road would be great, but I'd rather have Wembley at this stage, I think. Where am I putting that? Very complicated. Very, very complicated. Right. So this is attaching to this. What the hell am I building here? I don't remember this part of the new camp when I was there. What team do I support? I am a Peterborough fan. Right, there we go. Slot that in there. Okay, I still don't know what we're doing, but it's starting to be a shape of some kind. It's starting to look the way it looks in the book. And then we pop those in there. Is there supposed to be a gap there? I think there's supposed to be a gap there. Okay. Signaler doing a park Lego. That would be great when I go to Dortmund, because I am going to be going to Dortmund. I don't know when, but I will be going. I would love that. I mean, when I was at the Emirates, and also I think when I was at Spurs last year as well, they all have their like fake versions. So you can get the knockoff Lego. It's just not the same though, is it? You want a proper Lego set. But there are, I mean, if you look on Amazon, there's loads for all clubs. There's loads of construction kits. But very few, I mean, there's these three that are the official Lego ones. But yeah, I'd love a whole load of stadiums. It would be great. Don't know where I'd put them, but I'd have a lot of fun with it. Right, everything seems to be moving more towards me. Okay, so we've got these little fellas. What are the other two? Old Trafford and the Bernabeu are the other two that you can get, the official Lego football stadiums. So who knows, if we have loads of fun doing this, maybe we'll try and get Old Trafford. The thing is, they're all retired now as well, so they're hard to get and they're quite expensive, and I imagine Old Trafford will cost an absolute fortune. And I'd only want it as like a memento of when Posh won the playoffs there years ago. So I'd want to cover it in, it would be covered in little minifigs wearing blue shirts. But it would be fun. Right, this is getting complicated. So that's going there. And then that goes in there. I have no idea. This is the corner of the stadium, right? I think that's what we're building at the moment. I think this is going to be one of the corner pieces, and then we build up from here. I think that's what we're doing. But it's very confusing. And that slots in there. What do I think about Coventry? Very little. Don't really have an opinion on Coventry. I've got an Anfield and a Wembley one still not started them. See, they would both be cool to do. Oh my word, we're putting on lots of plates. So we've got some, are they red? See, this is where the colour blindness comes in. If this was in a set where you had brown as well, I mean, they might be brown, but being red, green colourblind is not great for stuff like this. So that, and then that, and then one of the little squares. And then that again, and then one of them. Okay, it's a maroon colour. Ask him about what he thinks of Cambridge. Very little. They're an adorable little club. They're fine. They're harmless. It's the nicest thing you can say about a football club. They are entirely harmless. And I mean that with all my love. Cambridge are just harmless and adorable. Right, these don't want to go in, some of these. So, okay, this is all being covered in like this smooth plate. So I'm a little bit confused about what the plan is. I'm sure it'll be, am I only checking this chat or YouTube? I don't know that there's many people chatting on YouTube unless it's not coming through. Actually, looking at this, the YouTube chat, oh no, there are people, the YouTube chat is coming through as well. Basically, I'm using Restream, so the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat are combined, but I think the YouTube chat is much quieter than the Twitch one. Either that or the YouTube one's not coming through right, because the last YouTube comment was 3 minutes ago, someone saying how many different platforms am I streaming on right now. So if you're on YouTube, so there you go. What do I think of a club called Lazy-O? Tom's just put that on YouTube. So yeah, we are streaming on YouTube as well. I'm also on TikTok. So I've got the TikTok chat separate because there's no way to combine that into the Restream. And then I've got Restream with the other two in. But I am on those 3 platforms at the moment: YouTube, Twitch and TikTok. So if you are new, make sure you subscribe to all of them. If you normally watch my Twitch streams and you like this kind of content, we talked about this a little bit at the start of the stream, We are going to do the entirety of the new camp here on Twitch, but future Lego streams are likely to be only on TikTok and YouTube on the new channels. So you can watch the whole of the new camp build here on Twitch. It'll be a number of streams. We're not going to get close to finishing it tonight. So you're fine. If you just want to see this one and then you're done, you're fine. But once we're done with this, we'll just be back to normal Football Manager content here on Twitch. But on the other two platforms, they are the Lego channels. We've started 3 new channels, all called Block Party, at Block Party UK, on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. So if you're interested in the Lego stuff, get those channels followed, because that's where the Lego stuff is going to be in the main going forward. Right, we are just completely covering this little base area with these smooth plates, and this is why we couldn't have the camera mounted to the table, because I am wobbling this desk massively doing this, because they are taking some pressing in, some of these. And we've got these little triangle pieces to go on there, and then one more of these big bad boys, and that, and that, and then I think we get that and that, and it's just getting the little triangles in, and we're getting there. I think it's a section of the base of the stadium. Yeah, I guess so. And then the stadium builds up on top of this, I guess, presumably. So we've got a pitch. Ah, sugar! No, where did you go? It would be one of the bits that's the same colour as the carpet. Normally watch on Twitch, watching on YouTube for the algorithm. That's the spirit. Make sure you follow on all of them, boys and girls. Especially the new channels, because new channels need all the help they can get. There you go. That is part of the stadium. I guess these are the colours of their shirts, aren't they? I get it now. And then presumably this kind of locks in to that in some way. We're not going to start guessing what the next stage is going to be. I build quick. I've done a lot of Lego in my time, boys and girls. I may not have been massively into it in recent years, but many hours of my youth were spent building Lego sets. So this is not my first rodeo. Right, we are now building on top of that bit that we've just done. The starting of a stand, I think. So that's good. I'm one of the people who feeds Topher's kids by watching the streams you do on YouTube. Excellent. You've inspired me to start my own channel. Awesome. What are you going to be doing on your channel? The picture between the Lego and World Record certificate are those posh players and managers, CMS bottom right. Yeah, so you've got Mikhail Smith, Boyd, Ken Charlery, Chris Turner. And then here, that is the team from the playoff final win at Old Trafford as Subbuteo players. There was an artist on Twitter, maybe Instagram, I can't remember his name, probably going back 7 or 8 years, who was doing loads of football themed art like that, and I bought everything to do with Posh that he did. It was those two, but they were great. Thoughts on Hamilton Ackies? I have none. I have none at all. Lots of little pieces. I need a proper bin down there beside me. My bin is under the table, but I can't really reach it without diving off camera. Right, we've got these little textured pieces, which I'm going to get these wrong a lot, because I don't know if the camera's going to pick these up because they're so small. But they're textured that way on that side, but that way on the other side. If it matters which way around they are, this is going to be a disaster. Right. So I think they're supposed to be this way around. Ta-da! Right. Have we only got one size of these little jobbies? I need to learn all the names. That's the thing, because the vast majority of the Lego I've done over the year was pre-internet. So I've never really watched a lot of Lego content. So I don't know the names for any of the stuff. They're just all they're little jobbies, which, bearing in mind I've been doing a save with a Scottish club on Football Manager, so there's going to be some Scottish people in. I know what jobby means in Scotland. It doesn't mean that in England. But they are all little jobbies. What other Lego creators have I been watching? I'm at the stage where I don't really know their names yet. The vast majority of what I've done has been on TikTok. And the thing with TikTok is you don't really learn the names of the creators, do you? You just kind of know, you eat whatever the algorithm serves up. So there are faces I'm starting to recognise, but not necessarily names that I could pick out just yet. But there is some good stuff out there, and I'm sure I'll look to integrate myself into it as time goes on. Have I seen Lego Masters? I think me and Anna watched it several years ago, but didn't realise it was an ongoing thing, and I have recently discovered it is, so we will start. That will go into my rotation of TV shows. Is that the right piece? Is there a shorter... I put that right. Hold on. Get the right size pieces. So 6, yeah, 6, easy peasy, easy peasy. This is how they build the stand in real life. What happened to the FM thing with Bromley? It's ongoing. They've hired the person. I am going to be going down there to do some filming with them at the start of April. So expect a follow-up video once we get into probably mid-April-ish. Depends how quickly Topher can edit it. But there will be a video from Bromley in April showing you the winner, what they've been getting on with, and it'll be a really fun video. I've had a couple of meetings with Xbox. We're having a lot of fun. It's definitely a fun project to be a part of. I feel like a grown-up filmmaker because I've had to do things like put together shot lists and production plans, and I've hired a cameraman for the day. So it's very different from any kind of content that I've done before. Very professional. Lots of fun working with Xbox. And hopefully we don't absolutely balls it up. I'm fairly confident Xbox aren't watching, so I can say that. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. What is this? This is one of the most fun things about making Lego. You can sit assembling pieces for ages. It's those moments where you just sat clicking bits together and it's like, I have no idea what's happening here. Am I building out of the right set? What's going on? And then you just have that moment where it comes together, and it genuinely will make me laugh out loud of, oh my word, that's so clever. That's brilliant how they've done that. I love that. And they are the best moments of making Lego. Ow. Just got my thumb caught between two bricks. They are the worst moments. We just went highs to lows there. Who got hired? I can't remember his name. I don't know if it's actually announced yet. So I say I can't remember his name. As I said it, I remembered his name, but I'm not sure if it's been announced anywhere yet or if we're announcing it as part of the video. So I'm not telling you. If he's here, he'll say it was me, because he'll know if he's allowed to say or not. He is a viewer. Or not like a hardened member of the Kevolution, but he the way they phrased it in the production meeting was, he knows who you are. How do you react to that in a meeting with Xbox? And then, well, it was the agency who were arranging it in the meeting. So he knows who you are. Oh, good. I should hope he does. You've hired me because of my standing within the community. If he didn't know who I was, why the hell am I there? So I'm very glad he knows who I am. It would be a very awkward video if he didn't have a clue, wouldn't it? Did he sign up off the back of my video? I'm not sure. That will be one of the things I ask him on the day, because we're doing a little bit of an interview. Because again, bringing me out of my comfort zone, I'm interviewing him. And I'm not going to spoil too much of what we're doing, but an element of it is I am going to be interviewing him. I've never interviewed anyone before, so it's going to be interesting. Right, so this clips on there. Okay, so this is one of these pieces, isn't it? You can see these pieces. So that, I guess we're going to make about 50 of these. And then they all just get slotted in. Someone did warn me it's quite a repetitive set. I feel like we're going to be doing that about 50 times. But that bit goes up and down. Excellent. We've got another fact. The original colours of the seats in the stadium were a primary red that matches the club crest. Due to weathering, they now appear darker. I love the fact that we've got instruction manual facts. You interviewed people way back on the podcast. Kinda. We did it a few times. I never really enjoyed it, so we stopped doing it. Sheepdog liked it. He would ask more, and Bouncy Ball, who was on at the time, he was the one who would ask the sensible questions because he is a human capable of having conversation. So he kind of did the bulk of the interviewing, and I was just there cracking wise, as is my speciality. So not really, I guess, is the answer to whether or not I interviewed people, because I didn't really. I'm not really comfortable doing it, but we'll be fine. We'll make an exception for Xbox, because Xbox is great, as I'm sure you'll all agree. If you don't agree, keep it to yourself. Right. Okay, this is very fiddly. Oh my word, what are we doing here? We're getting these little window pieces. How's the hunt for a link with a non-league club going? We've got so many applicants. I think what I've decided I'm going to do is load up a save. And I don't need to really do anything until non-league to legend is finished, which is going to be a little while yet. How does this go in? Hang on. Okay, I had it the wrong way around, ignore me. So that goes there, I think. So that's kind of got on top of that for, I guess, the next tier piece, maybe? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just load up a save, have all of the, like with the tier 10 database, have started employed, holiday, and then apply for all jobs. But the only jobs we'll be able to take will be with a club that has applied. That way, it guarantees that the club I end up managing is a club that want to work with a creator. But rather than me having to go through 40 emails and then pick somebody else, I've read the majority of the emails. There's no way to pick between them. They're pretty much all quite good. There's reasons to work with all of them. And I don't really want to be the one who picks. So I'm going to let the football manager gods pick for me. And we'll just... We'll see which one the game decides I'm going to manage, and we'll take it from there. So that'll be when non-league to legend is finished. So it's going to be a little while before that comes up anyway. But I think that's the way we're going to do it. Posh and Arsenal both on top of the league, not quite on top of the league. Inactivity detected in my live. Complete verification in live studio within 5 minutes to continue the current live. We've dedicated inactivity during my current live. You haven't. There you go. I'm building Lego. Inactivity. That was TikTok, by the way, thinking I was inactive. I've been live an hour already. My word, an hour. Time flies when I'm building these bits for football stadiums, apparently. Have I ruled anyone out? I've ruled a few of them out, yeah. There was a club in Norway, for example, who emailed me. And as much as it would be fun, and I'm going to Norway next year, the whole purpose of this series is to be able to visit the club multiple times throughout the save and have them quite involved in the save. And as much as people think I'm the richest man in the football manager community, A, I spent all of that on Lego, and B, I'm not flying back and forth to Norway over and over again. So they've been ruled out. There's a couple of others that geographically just don't work. If a club is way down in like the furthest reaches of Cornwall, for example, it probably isn't going to be them. But if it's someone I can get to within 2 or 3 hours, and I live in the Midlands, so I can get most places in England within 2 or 3 hours. If it's somewhere I can get to within 2 or 3 hours, then they're very much still in with a shout. When's my next holiday? I don't go on holiday. I travel. Because it's always for work. We're actually going to Rome this week. So we've got a trip to Rome coming up, and then a trip to Edinburgh coming up, both within. So this time by this time in 2 weeks, I'll have just got back from Edinburgh, having been to Rome as well while we were away. So we'll have done both of those, and very much looking forward to it. 2 places I've never been to before. I've only ever been to Italy once last year when I went to Turin, and it was very much a flying visit. And I've never been to Scotland before. So 2 brand new places, 2 places that both have Lego stores. I've checked. I got my little Lego passport in the Lego store today, which at the moment, the only stamp in it is Milton Keynes. So I feel like Rome, Edinburgh and Milton Keynes all on the same page of my passport. They are 3 equivalent level cities, I think. 3 of the finest cities the world has to offer. And they're going to be united on a page together in my passport. And then I think I'm going to go and do all the London ones in one day as well. I've been to all but one of them before, but we'll do it as a video. Just go and visit all the Lego stores in London. I think that'll be a fun one. I have lots of plans for content for the new channels. Oh, we're about to do our first sticker. This is my first opportunity to completely balls up. Oh God, I hate stickers. So we need sticker number 9, which is the C of club, and we're sticking it on here. I hate stickers, although as someone who did a lot of Lego as a kid and then has come back to it as an adult, one thing, and it might be that I've just not come into a set that does it yet. Oh, I've done that. I've ballsed that up completely. Get that off. One thing that I do appreciate not existing anymore, that used to be the bane of my existence as a kid. Do you remember the stickers that used to go across multiple blocks or multiple bricks? Blocks, bricks? Again, don't know the terminology. But you would put like a couple of bricks together and then put a sticker across multiple of them. That was horrible. Absolutely horrible. There you go, we've got a C on there. I hope I've done that the right way around. I have. We have a C, and now we're attaching this to here. So again, we're starting to have a stadium starting to take place. There's a Lego store at Disneyland Paris. We're going to Disneyland Paris later in the year. We are well aware of that Lego store. We've spent a lot of time in there over the years at Disneyland. That's where I first saw this set. I think it was last year. It might have been the year before. Whenever this set was out, I saw it at Disneyland and very nearly bought it. And Anna decided that me spending £300 on a Lego set at Disneyland was absurd, which is fair because Disneyland is expensive and everything there is expensive. I didn't need to go there and buy a really fancy Lego set, but I almost bought it there. And if I had have done, I'd have paid a lot less than I had to pay to buy it now after it had already retired. Strange how far behind Twitch the YouTube stream is. I mean, that's just a restream thing. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I doubt there's many people other than you, Topher, who are drifting back and forth between the various versions of the stream. How can I afford all the Lego? Because I work. I earn money. The same way anyone affords anything. I feel like that's the same person who comes into the Football Manager stuff and asks me about money. You seem a little obsessed with money, my friend. Maybe focus more on making some for yourself rather than how I spend mine. Was that harsh? That might have been a bit harsh for the first stream on the new channel. Twitch Kev has made it to the new setup. You don't watch Football Manager. In that case, that wasn't meant for you. There's someone who I think is also called Joe who comes into all my Football Manager things and basically asks how I pay my tax, how I spend my money, what I do, how I travel, how I do business expenses, blah 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 blah. And so I apologise if that's not you. You're unfortunate to share a name with a guy who's constantly badgering me about money. Oh. But yeah, I'm a full-time content creator, so I make money by making content, and I spend that money usually on making new content. It's how we travel. It's how we're going to be funding this new channel through the other channels, with the idea being that before too long it all pays for itself. That's the plan. Right. I think we're reaching the top of the lower tier here with this bit. So this goes onto one of these little chaps. Ah! And then that goes on there, like that. Ta-da! Will Anna be making any of the Disney sets? Anna has got lots of Disney sets to make, yes. She's got the Disney Castle, so she'll be making that. She's also got the Walt Disney camera tribute thing. She's got Stitch ready to go. She's got a lot. Once Anna's room is ready, because the problem that Anna's got at the moment is she doesn't have a room to sit and actually make the bigger sets. So she can do the smaller stuff sat in the living room on the coffee table. But the bigger sets, she doesn't really have room to do it. She doesn't want to cover the kitchen table for days. But her furniture for her office is getting delivered tomorrow. We're getting a real boy to come in and assemble all that furniture on Tuesday. So by Tuesday night, she will have a Lego room, effectively, an office in which she can build. Have I done this the right way round? Ah, yeah, I have. Okay. So that goes in there like that. It's steep, isn't it? So we've got red, blue, red. And then, oh god, now we need to put some framing around it. Okay, this is getting complicated. We've got a little pole. And then a little one of these chaps. And then we need a little grabby dude. And then a different pole. Is that in right? Yeah. And then this goes in there. And that goes and just kind of rests on there for now. So the little bits for the outside of the stadium, I guess. I think that's these support beam things on there. So I guess we're building. Oh, in fact, you can see exactly where we're building. We're building that middle bit on the halfway line because we used the C. So that's the bit that we've just built. So that makes sense. And now, oh god, we're attaching it to the base. It's all kicking off. Right. So that goes on there like that. Ah! I don't know where it's safe to press and where not. I think. There you go, we're in. Ta-da! I mean, can't imagine we've got to do many more of those, have we? Oh no. How many of these have we got to do? 40? 50 of these? How long did that take me to do that one? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. It's going to be fine. Okay, so that can go in there. And then I wonder what we're building next. Another one of those! We're doing another one of those. Right. I'm going to get quick at these. The question now, of course, is before we're done, am I going to be able to do them without looking at the instructions? Obviously not, because they're going to change slightly. I can't find the piece it's asking me to find. Oh, it's here. So this is already a piece we didn't use that piece in the previous one, so it's just as well I didn't try and do this one from memory, because that's a different piece. So there are going to be slight differences between them. Good job, eh? Seeing your videos has given me a kick to buy Lego again instead of boring adult things. That is the spirit. Lego is much more fun than boring adult things. 100% more fun. Alright. I just realised I was leaning so far forward, TikTok couldn't see what I was actually doing. What I need, when I've got my room, I keep calling it my room, the room above me that's basically going to be the Lego City room, but I'm also going to have a desk in. The plan is to have a setup in there where I can have a camera in front of me with a wider lens a little bit further away, and then it'll be a little bit easier for me to keep everything in shot on TikTok. At the moment, that camera is as far away from me as it can possibly be while staying in the room. The back of the camera is touching the window. So I can't get it any further away, which means for the TikTok shot, you can see from like my ear to the tip of my hands, which is not ideal, but it will improve in the new room. But realistically, I'm not going to be in that room for 6 to 8 weeks probably, because we've got a lot of travel to do, and then we need to decorate it, get the tables and stuff in. Amy's going to be coming in and doing a bit of a mural on the wall. She's going to be painting some clouds on the wall for the Lego City, so we can have a nice cloudy backdrop for the Lego City. So I need to get her back in. She needs to do that. So there's quite a few steps before we're in that room and able to crack on. But it's going to be so cool when it's done. Very excited. I'll still complete a season soon in Zealand. Oh yeah, can you imagine what watching Zealand build a Lego set would be like? He'd still be going through the first instruction manual, analysing it all for you. He wouldn't have even taken the Lego out of the box yet. That first avalanche that we had wouldn't have happened. You're welcome. I don't make you sit through that. Don't give him any ideas. I'd love that. That would be awesome if Zealand got into Lego as well. We could meet up at TwitchCon and just make Lego. Go to the Amsterdam Lego store. Is there one in Rotterdam as well? We could go to the Rotterdam Lego store and just go and hang out and make Lego. That would be awesome. I'd like that. We'd put the same piece on and off, claiming the different blocks. The network Lego. Yeah, we could build Old Trafford together. Just have the 4 of us around the table. I think Ben would probably smash it. What have we got planned to do in Edinburgh? Nothing really. We've not really planned anything, which is not really like me, but I've been a little bit distracted by all this. I need to get some planning done this week, really. I know I'm going to be going to an East Fife match, because that's the reason that I'm going. I know I'm going to be going to the Lego store. But aside from that, I'm open to suggestions. What's good in Edinburgh? Apparently there's a castle. So we'll go and look at the castle, I guess. We are going to have Anna's scooter with her for that trip. We won't have it in Rome. But for Edinburgh, she'll have her scooter, so we're going to be a little bit more mobile. Although I hear Edinburgh is not great for accessibility anyway, so although theoretically we'll be more mobile, whether or not she'll actually be able to use her scooter on all the cobbly streets is another matter, I guess. But yeah, I'm open to suggestions. What's good in Edinburgh? Apparently I've got to try a haggis and all that kind of stuff. We'll see. The castle's awesome, but don't put your head in a cannon. I nearly got stuck. I feel like that is quite useful. I realise you're probably saying that thinking this is a ridiculous thing to say, because you wouldn't have done that anyway. I would absolutely put my head in a cannon. So I'm glad you've warned me. I'll try and remember. I'll probably still put my head in the cannon anyway, but I guess I'm slightly less likely to now you've warned me. You have to catch the haggis yourself. Yeah, we'll go haggis foraging. Do you forage for haggis? Do you hunt for haggis? What's the process? Scooter's a good shout. It's pretty much all uphill. I mean, surely that's impossible. It can't all be uphill. Surely, even if we spend an entire morning going uphill, surely the afternoon is spent coming back down again to get back to our hotel. If they've somehow developed some kind of Scottish witchcraft that means the entire city is uphill, I'm fascinated by how that works. Have I seen the Lego City downtown set on offer in Smiths? I haven't. I was in Smiths today. I bought a train set. Bought this in Smiths today because it was on offer. They also had the Batmobile, the Tumbler, was on offer in Smiths today. So I could need to stay away from Smiths, really. They're a problem. Where's that piece I was just building? Here we go. I don't really need any more buildings yet until I've planned out how the city is going to be. Because that's one of the reasons why I've bought a train set and some roads today. Because I need to figure out how the roads work, how they fit together, how much space I need to allocate to roads and to trains. Because we want to have a train on a loop and we want to have a road system, But the setup we're going to have is going to be 4 base plates deep and 12 base plates wide. So with potentially, if we've got a train going round on a loop around the whole thing, that's going to take a base plate at the back and a base plate at the front. If we've then got a road as well, that's another base plate. So for the actual buildings, we're just going to have 1 row of base plates in the middle, which if you've got train cutting off either side, that's potentially only 10 base plates for buildings. That's not a lot of buildings. So I'm hoping there's going to be a way to get the road and the train track on the same base plate, or maybe we won't loop the train. But I am multiple pages deep in my graph paper notebook trying to plan out how this city is going to be. It's I'm having so much fun. Oh, I'm having so much fun. But yeah, there's lots to think about because I'm already using far too much of the house for this project. There is no way for me to get extra space without us getting a bigger house. And there's 2 of us and we're already in a 4-bed house. So we honestly don't need and can't afford a bigger house than the one we're in. So we've got to make do with what we've got. And imagine getting a bigger house just to fit more Lego in. That's probably the most Kev thing that could ever be done. But I want to try and avoid that at this stage. So yeah, I need to put some thought into how to maximise space so that I have my cool train set, because I really want a train set, but also have a city that looks like a city, but also fits the maximum number of buildings in. So I feel like there's going to be lots of iterations. I've been looking at ways to do a raised platform area. I'm not particularly good at DIY, but I can learn. I'm a clever chap. I'm a fast learner. It'll be fine. Right. What are we doing? Getting more of these little jobbies. Just buy a big shed for the garden. The thing is, a big shed isn't going to be any bigger than the room that I've got for it. When I described the size of the base plates and stuff, that's 5 IKEA tables, end to end. Like widthways across the width of the room. It's an enormous area that we're talking about. But so when you just think of it in terms of this enormous area, it's like, yeah, I've got loads of room. I can basically have an infinitely large city in the space that I've got. But then when you actually start planning, okay, what am I going to put in my infinitely large city that I'll never fill? I mean, I haven't got room for anything. Basically, the Lego I've already got fills this space. So, yeah, I think I need to be a bit more creative with it. I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Build a room out of Lego for Lego. Something I'm considering. Right, it's time for another sticker. We need an S on this one. So, that is sticker number 3. I feel like we're not building these 2 pieces next to each other. I think this must be the piece that goes on the other end, maybe? Or else I really don't understand what's going on. Right, get the S in there. S. There we go. Just continuing to take shape. All good stuff. James May made a full Lego house. James May probably had more of a budget to play with than I have. I still have to, as much as it pains me to say, I still have to do boring things like pay bills and have enough money to fund content on the other channels as well. Like I can't get to the point where I have to sell my PC and can't make Football Manager videos, or can't afford flights for the travel channel. I do need to prioritise the ones that make money. Obviously, if this channel starts making me money, which is a big if, I have no idea what the world of Lego content is like for that. Then we can start spending a bit more on it. But at the moment, I think I'm spending plenty just on sets. I don't need to build an entire house just yet. Right, so we've got a slightly wider bit of white on that one, which is interesting. Continuing to build that up. Pay the bills with Lego pieces. I mean, it's certainly something I'm considering. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's face it, boys and girls. Don't take this as financial advice. The bills aren't due today. They're like 3 weeks away. They're future Kev's problem. for now, we'll just buy Lego. And then when it gets to Bill's Day, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll have money by then. It's fine. Would I do builds as time lapses? Potentially. I've never been great at filming time lapses, but potentially, if that's what people want. Like I say, I mean, we are brand new. This is the very first piece of proper Lego content I've actually made. Obviously, we've done a few TikToks that have appeared as shorts and appeared on the Instagram as well. But actual, like, specific content, this is the first thing I've done. We haven't even released a video on this YouTube channel yet. So we are very much figuring it out as we go, making it up as we go along, and we will be listening to feedback and coming up with, I mean, ultimately we want to make content that people want to watch. So yeah, if it turns out that's what people want, then that's what we'll do. How much am I wanting to build today? It's very difficult to say because I have no real concept of how long it's taking or how much more we've got to do. I imagine the goal is to get to my normal finish time of about 10 PM, but also end at a logical point for the build as well. So I think there was I mean, in an ideal world, we get this whole section finished today, but I don't know how realistic that's going to be. I also have absolutely no idea where we're going to put it between streams, because I think the next stream doing this will be a few days away. We do need to keep doing the Football Manager stuff as well. Oh crumbs, I've missed a strip of white out there. That's what happens, I'm nattering too much. So I need to get the white bit in. Almost took my finger off. And then the red bit goes in. And then that goes on like that. Okay. Almost balls that up. So, oh God, hold on. So this goes on here. And then this apparently just randomly sits there. We're not attaching it in any way, Lego? We're just leaving it like that? Is that what you're telling me? Because that's what it looks like. We're just leaving it randomly there. That seems like a recipe for disaster. It's not attached in any way. There's nothing to attach it to. So I guess they're going to attach to each other as they go round. This seems very risky. We've got more book facts. The west side seating of the stadium is called the Tribuna and has large yellow letters spelling out FC Barcelona. The east side seating of the stadium is called the Lateral and is recognisable by the huge Mes que un club slogan, made of yellow seats amongst the blue. There we go. And we've got 3 pieces to go in my little box. Right, I am just going to quickly nip upstairs and grab a bottle of water. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I have no BRB screen or anything on here, so just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in just a second. Here he goes. Let's try not to show you his cleavage as he stands up. Ah! Can't get out of the room. There's too much Lego in the way. Ta-da! So much Lego piled up behind this door. It's madness. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing Lego. I need a drink. It's hot in here. I realise how small the office is now. It looks a lot bigger on the FM videos. It's a small office. I could probably lie down and touch the sides. I reckon if I emptied everything out of here, I could lie on the floor and starfish out and touch all the sides. Alright, bag 4. Bag 4 is going to fill in these 2 gaps. So by the end of bag 4, we'll have this little section complete. So I'll do 2 more of those things. That was fast. I mean, my kitchen is pretty much above my office. So I just have to run up the stairs, open the fridge, grab a beverage, run back down again. I don't want you all to leave. I'm having a lovely time. Lego videos are part of the new Lego channel. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. There will be videos soon. We just don't have a set yet. One of the earlier videos on the channel will be us setting up the Lego rooms. Which, if you're following on TikTok, you're seeing some behind the scenes bits before the YouTube video. Some of them are making it across to YouTube as shorts, but most of my TikToks, because I am a waffle mouth, most of my TikToks are well over a minute long, which means they're not usable as YouTube shorts. And I realise I could re-edit them into YouTube shorts or break them down into parts, but they're just not as effective. So I think I'm just keeping the standalone stuff for YouTube shorts, but Instagram Reels and TikTok are getting the longer stuff as well. That being said, I did a longer one this afternoon. I think I've forgotten to put it on Instagram. How much is the Camp Nou Lego set? I paid about £350 for the set and the lighting. Worth bearing in mind, it is a retired set. So it's not a set you can just go and pick up in the Lego store, which is why it cost a little bit more. I think when it came out, it was around £250. Right, am I missing a piece? Probably not. How many bag 4s should we have? This feels like it should be the right amount, but at the same time, I can't see the piece that I'm looking for. So we might be checking for another bag 4 in a minute. We're having another repeat. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Panic over. Will Topher be editing this stream like he does the FM ones? No. I'm not going to make him sit and edit me building a Lego set. That might be pushing things a little too far. That's the wrong one of those as well, actually. Plus, I don't think people are going to want to see an edited version of this. Maybe in time, I'll be proven wrong on that. But there's going to be edited content on the channel. This is more just so that we can have a chat. This is more of a community building exercise than anything else, doing the live streams here. Not necessarily intended to be about the Lego, because like I say, it's an old set. If I was trying to do something to maximize views on a YouTube video, I probably wouldn't be building a retired set. I'd probably pick one of the hot new sets that people are searching for. I mean, I literally built all the Animal Crossing stuff and didn't film any of it. And Animal Crossing seems like a really hot set, so I probably should have made a video on that, but the channel wasn't really ready. And by the time the channel was ready, it wouldn't be new anymore. So, like I say, this one's more about just having a place to chat while I build some Lego, which is what the streams are going to be about, really. I saw all the bricks into colour and shape before starting. I hate cluster like you have on the desk. Yeah, but imagine how long. I mean, how long must that take? We talked about it a little bit earlier in the stream. I used to build all my Lego out of the bottom drawer of a dresser and just root through it and pick out the bits that I wanted. This is nothing. There's hardly any Lego here. It's relatively easy to pick out the bits that I want. And I don't know. When I'm building on my own, this is how I do it. But particularly when creating content, it'd be so boring watching me sort it out into piles for 5 minutes before I start building each bag. Surely that would be boring, wouldn't it? You want to see the thing start to take shape. Or I do, that's for sure. I want it to start taking shape. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. How am I getting on? I'm getting on good. I'm having a lovely time. Once again, the early stages of a new bag, it is a little bit more challenging to find the parts. I do acknowledge that. I realise this isn't a perfect system, but we're getting there. Good luck with the new channel. Thank you very much. Look at the size of the instruction book. This is only one of 2 as well. There's 2 instruction books this size. We emptied all of the Lego out onto the desk at the start of the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, I think you can rewind the stream. Certainly you'll be able to after the stream is ended. I'll leave it on as a VOD. But right at the start of the stream, we emptied all of the bags out onto the desk. There's so much Lego in this set. So much, and the instruction books are massive, and yeah, it's quite intimidating as someone who's been away from the hobby for a number of years and hasn't attempted anything of this size since he's been back. That just exploded, and I don't know where that piece went. Ugh. There it is. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, this is the biggest set I've done since I've been back in Lego. I mean, the only thing that even comes close to comparing is that I've done the Sanctum Sanctorum, which you can't see behind me at the moment because my desk's in the way, and I've got this strange camera angle. But in my Football Manager videos for the last few days, you'll have seen that behind me. That's the biggest thing I've built since being back in it, and this is so much bigger than that. This is quite intimidating, but also loads of fun, because when it's done, it's going to look so cool. Right, I need a little blue slanty piece. There it is. There it is. Oh, it's actually a red one. Oh, Kev, you colourblind little rascal. When will you learn to see colours properly? Any cheaper sets I'd recommended? Tempted by the Up House. The Up House does look great. Anna's got the Up House. She hasn't built it yet, but it looks really, really cool. I really enjoyed, everyone's definition of what cheaper is different. So it's hard to answer a question like that without having a parameter. But one of the lower cost sets that I built that I really, really enjoyed was the Piranha Plant from Mario, which is here. It's behind me. This was so much fun to build and looks so cool. And I think that is about £40 in B&M at the moment, which is where I got it from. So well worth looking at. If you're looking for a gateway set to get you back into the hobby, that might be the one. That certainly amused me very much. This is the type of content I enjoy having on in the background whilst playing FM. Well, there you go then. Now we're talking. If I can establish just being able to do whatever I fancy while you play FM, and have that be my thing that I do, and I don't have to do the FM all the time anymore, that opens me up to a whole new world of possibility. I got the new WWE game on Friday, and I've barely touched it because I've been busy. I spent all day yesterday with Amy sorting out her bedroom, multiple trips back and forth to the tip and the storage unit and all that kind of stuff. And today I've been to Milton Keynes to make some content and buy some Lego. So I've barely touched it. I've played almost none of WWE 2K24. It would be quite cool to just be able to sit and stream it. But I know if I did, no one would watch, because I've done stuff like that before. But it would certainly be fun to be able to be more of a variety streamer. Not that I ever want to get away from FM. Love playing FM, still play it every day. Have played some today, even though I've not streamed it. But yeah, it's nice to be able to mix things up a little bit. That is stuck in there. Get more of these little fellas in. Went to Milton Keynes. I love Milton Keynes. I think particularly football fans struggle to separate Milton Keynes from McDonald's. Every time I go to Milton Keynes, I drive around it thinking, I could live here. I love it. I think it's a great city. The only thing is they don't have a football team, and I'd miss football if I was there. But Milton Keynes itself is brilliant. It has everything I could possibly want. I don't see how anyone can have any complaints about Milton Keynes. Actual amenities wise, perhaps the people who moan about it are like in London or Manchester or Birmingham, like these really, really big cities that have everything anyway. But as someone who grew up in Peterborough and is now in Leicester, near Leicester, I can tell you for sure Milton Keynes has an awful lot more to offer in terms of things to do, shops, just stuff to spend your time doing. So much more to offer than Peterborough or Leicester. Way more. I could easily spend a weekend in Milton Keynes and not get bored. And I couldn't say that about Peterborough or Leicester. So I just think people dislike them because of the football team, which is fair, because the football team is scum. But the city's great. And like I say, I'd live there. I'd move there quite happily. Right, we're doing some more stickers. 2 and 8. So I'm sticking 2 on this one. So I better get these the right way around. So 2 is an E with a little accent above it that I would no doubt pronounce incorrectly. And then number 8 is an N. So again, let's try and get that on properly. Hate stickers so much, but we're getting somewhere. There we go, look. Ta-da! Can't even see the stickers. There we go. You're right about Peterborough. We've got nothing here. Yeah, Peterborough's rubbish as a city. But most smaller cities are. There's just nothing to... I mean, as a kid, we couldn't even go to the cinema without getting a lift off of our parents because there wasn't a cinema in the city centre when I was a kid. The cinema was way out on a, like, retail... Not even a retail park. It was next to Wickes and Halfords. And that was it. You know, there was no bus out to the cinema. There was just nothing to do. The bowling alley was a drive out of the city. There was nothing in the city centre. It is a little bit better in Peterborough now, but when I was a kid there was nothing there. And there's everything in Milton Keynes. Remember, you can use the brick tool for stickers. I keep hearing people mention that. I'm going to need to see a video to see what people mean. I can't work out how that would help, but I'm sure it probably would, or else people wouldn't keep saying it. I'll look into that. Right, getting another tier on, so we just need another tier of red on this. The MK ice hockey team is more supported than the Dongs are. I mean, I'm not at all surprised. Was the Infinity Gauntlet fun to build? Yeah, loads of fun. Other than the fact that there are so many similar colours, and as a colour-blind man, I've just realised you can see it hovering above there. Yeah, as a colour-blind man, I kept messing the colours up and having to unbuild parts and then rebuild them. But once I got over the fact that there were so many reds and browns and golds that all looked the same to my stupid eyes, yeah, it was a lot of fun to build. Helps massively. I struggled with stickers, but now I don't. Interesting. I'll have a look. How's the family? The family are good. Thank you. Jolly good. I've seen more of them in the last 24 hours, slightly over 24 hours now, than I have in any 24-hour period in about 4 years, I should think. The only one I've not seen is Lucy. But I spent all day yesterday with Amy sorting out her room. Obviously, Anna lives here. Saw Andy this afternoon when I picked Anna up. So yeah, I've seen the majority of them. And they all seem to be functioning, which is quite important. See the NXT title lurking. Yeah, it's hidden in there. That might have to move so that I've got space to put this in while it's being built, because I have no idea. This is obviously going to take more than one stream to make. I have absolutely no idea where I am going to keep this between streams. So, yeah, I think we're going to move the NXT title. I don't know where to, but it ain't staying there because that's where we're going to have to put this. How's Andy getting on living more independently? He's doing good. Did I get my money back from Forest Holidays? Only the original £500 they offered. No more than that. So they're officially on my companies I don't use anymore list. Right, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're building a long strip of red parts on here. Ah! Where was I? There we go. I almost ruined everything there. That would have been quite upsetting. Who's the most famous to come out of Peterborough? Me, obviously, yeah. Peterborough doesn't really have anybody famous. Do we have anybody famous? Not really. David Bentley, the former Spurs player, was from Peterborough. Does he count? Aston Marigold out of JLS was from Peterborough. They're probably the two most famous Peterborough. Oh yeah, Andy Bell, but the young ones won't know who Andy Bell is. But we don't really have very many famous people. once people get out, they refuse to acknowledge they were ever there. That's the thing. Ricky J. Jones. Is he from Peterborough? I assume he probably is. He certainly did a chunk of his schooling in Peterborough because he was with us from a young age. But I don't know if he's actually originally from Peterborough or further afield. Right, I've got 2 more of these little support beam things. Lewis Smith, the gymnast. Yeah, exactly. I did some of my teacher training at the school that he went to. He went to Arthur Mellows in Glinton, for those of you who are Peterboreans. And I did some of my teacher training at Arthur Mellows. So I've heard some opinions on what he was like as a kid that weren't very complimentary. But apparently, he turned his life around. Right, let's slot everything together. Scott Mills is the most famous person from my town. I mean, where would that be? Somewhere down south, presumably. Somewhere down south with a neutral radial accent. Fortunately, the most famous person from Grimsby is Ian Huntley. Wow. What a claim to fame that is. Right, here we go. We're getting these little support chaps in place. I feel like I've done a mistake here, because on that side it's got something to rest the beam on, but on this side it doesn't. But looking at it, it's not supposed to, but that doesn't make sense to me. Right, we're slotting it in anyway, I think. We're slotting it between these two. Maybe. In the picture, it's got 3 of them very close together, but I'm looking at the way the words are spelled, and it doesn't make sense for them to be like this. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of rearranging afterwards to put the words in the right order. So, are they supposed to be together? What's it? Right. So, mess. So that one's supposed to be there. And then there's supposed to be an M there and then a space. Yeah. So that's correct at the moment. The book is wrong. We're correcting the book. Lelujo, is that you? Yes, it is. Welcome along. It is the one and only Lelujo off of the internet. YouTube's Lelujo in his new venture. Making things out of little bricks. And having a lovely time doing it. Right, believe it or not, the next step, we are making another one of these. Oh my word. Only like 50 to go afterwards. It'll be fine. Does the beam section connect to the next section? Oh yeah, it does actually. You're very wise. You've been here before, haven't you? In fact, are they supposed to clip together? Dare I clip them together? Because they do have little clips on. We've joined those two together. I've taken the plunge. They're now connected to each other. Was I supposed to do that? I mean, it doesn't say not to. And they're definitely in the right place, so we've connected them together with the little connectors that are behind. There's probably a reason why I shouldn't have done that yet, but ultimately we can just pull them apart if that's the case. What's the tactic? Always attacking. Always attacking. There's no cowards here. No room for cowards in Lego builds. That's one of the things people know about Lego. No room for cowards. Right. Let's plonk that one on there. Okay. Where's my what's it? My doohickey. On the topic of Lego, boys and girls, while we're talking about it, those of you who are into it, and I assume there's got to be people here at this stage of the stream who are actually into Lego. I know early on in the stream there'd have been the looky loos to see what old Kev's up to, but at this point, a lot of you have got to be Lego nerds, surely. There'll be the locals, the ones who are in everything I do, and then the Lego nerds. That's all that's left at this point. So I'm talking to the Lego nerds. Where do I buy like bulk Lego from? Because people keep telling me for my Lego City I need to use Mills plates, which I've looked into them. and they do look great, but they are very expensive to get the parts for. And I need an awful lot of like just bulk Lego to build them with, which I've priced up. I mean, I need 48 base plates for my city, and I've priced up how much from the Lego website it would be to buy 48 base plates plus all the Lego to go with it to make 48 mils plates, and it's thousands of pounds, and that can't be right. That can't be what people are actually suggesting I do, surely. So at the moment that idea is on the back burner, but if there is a way to get a load of Lego relatively cheap, I'm interested. Bricklink. It's not cheap on Bricklink though. For the volume that I need, I mean, I literally just need an absolute ton of random Lego, basically. I need thousands of 2x2 bricks, these bricks. Doesn't matter what colour they are because they're going to be hidden in the bases. But for each Mills plate, I need like 60 of these. And then I need 48. What's 48 times 60? Calculator time. 48 times 60. I need nearly 3,000 of these bricks. And the colour doesn't matter. But when I was in the Lego store today, I was having a look at, I went to the pick-a-brick wall, and they didn't have any. They didn't have these bricks. It's like pick a brick, but none of the useful ones you need, Kev. There's loads of little flower shapes if you want a little flower shape. That's not going to help me with my current endeavours. So yeah, I'm all ears. I'm sure I'll figure it out, because people obviously do. I can't imagine people are spending thousands just on the base plates for their cities. Surely. If they are, what on earth have I gotten myself into? So I'm sure there is a solution. I've just not stumbled across it yet. But I'm open to suggestions for the stumbling of the solution. Please and thank you. They change pick-a-brick quite often. They do, but my nearest Lego store is an hour away. So it's a long way to go just to hope that they have some of the bricks that I need. It'll be just my luck. They'll have loads of them in Rome when I can't buy any. I'll end up buying like 2,000 bricks in Rome and having to ship them back to myself, not realising how much it's going to cost to ship them home. Oh no. I can see that happening already. I hope Anna puts a stop to any of that nonsense before I even suggest it. No, you're not buying thousands of Lego bricks in Rome and then figuring out how to get them home later. Does it have to be branded bricks? For the bases, I mean, ideally, yes, but not essential. Where on earth did that bit go? We're going exploring, boys and girls. I'll see you in a minute. That bit's long gone. We need the torch. There it is. I found it. Also found another piece that I obviously dropped the other day that I don't think is needed for this one. That's definitely a piece of Lego as well. Oh. Someone's selling 50 kilograms of Lego on eBay for about £600. Interesting. How much is 50 kilograms of Lego? Am I going to regret buying that? I don't know which bits are falling off this. Is that how it's supposed to be? Yeah. Facebook Marketplace. I don't use Facebook. I'm enjoying the hobby, but not enough to make me go back onto Facebook for anything. I mean, I guess I'll just keep looking on eBay and at various other places, but 7.8 stone. 25 kilograms is a bag of cement, so 50 kilograms is a big bag, which I've then got to sort through. And there's no guarantee that even with that volume of Lego, that it would have the pieces that I need and the quality I need. So dropping £600 to then get £600 of these that I just don't need, that terrifies me a little bit. And I will probably make me regret buying 50 kilograms of Lego. I mean, the great thing about this hobby at the moment is that Anna is just as into it as I am. Remember, Anna is the one who signed off on us taking... And let this sink in for a minute. Really appreciate what is being said here. Anna signed up. Anna suggested that we take our 2 empty bedrooms and dedicate them both entirely to Lego. The reason we are having a Lego City in the room that I was going to move into and make a bigger office for myself in, the reason that's going to be a Lego City room is because Anna suggested it. I didn't have to persuade her. That was her suggestion. So, I don't think I need to be worried about her reaction if I do something stupid. She's encouraged all this. This is her fault, basically. I absolve myself of all responsibility. I only have Facebook to keep an eye on Marketplace. Yeah. I should not have gone on to Bricklink. Avenger Shield Helicarrier is calling my name. How often will these streams be? Felix could be the perfect way to make myself do a revision as these aren't too distracting. Not sure. I have a thing where I don't look at how many people are watching while a stream is happening. That is not me asking you to tell me. I deliberately don't know because I find the numbers quite distracting, and no matter what the number is, it will distract me in one way or the other, because either I'll think, oh wow, that's a lot of people, or oh god, nobody's watching. Either way, it's not a brain reaction that is useful and conducive to an entertaining stream. So I don't know how successful this has been until afterwards. So a lot of it will depend on how well this one's gone. If this has been a really successful stream, then the next one will be quite soon. If it hasn't been, then I mean, we'll still be growing the new channel, but maybe there'll be less of it appearing on Twitch, or I don't know. It's difficult to say without knowing the numbers, and I don't want to know the numbers, so please don't tell me the numbers. It's 2 people watching. That's a good outcome. That's more than I expected. If it's actually 2 people, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight. Where did I find Anna, and where do I get my own? I actually made a video on that on my old vlog channel years ago. The short version is I bought her out of a catalogue. And she was about £75, I think. Right, let's have a... Yeah, she's in the other room now, either building the bouquet of flowers Lego set that Andy got her for Mother's Day, or she's playing Final Fantasy on her PlayStation. Either way, she is definitely in there being a nerd. So they are highly recommended. She doesn't have any sisters though, so you're going to have to do your own research. Right, we're doing more stickers here. So 1 is an M, which goes on there. Judging by the sounds coming from the living room, I think she's playing a game. Sounds like there's shooting happening, which suggests it's not Final Fantasy. Thought this was going to be a duo build stream. No? Some of the streams we do will be both of us together. The thing with the new channel is it will vary depending on what the set is. Sometimes it'll be me on my own, sometimes it'll be Anna on her own, sometimes it'll be both of us. It will vary from set to set, and according to how much work I've got on, how much work Anna's got on. The videos will sometimes be both of us, sometimes just be one of us. The new channel is very much a joint effort, but that doesn't mean we're both going to be in every video and every stream all the time, because that's not something we can really commit to. It's certainly not something I can commit to. I already have 2 channels that I'm running, so I can't do a third one all on my own, or commit to being in every piece of content that Anna does. But yeah, this one is just me, mainly because this is like, in talking in TV terms, this is like a backdoor pilot. This is deliberately on my Twitch, and it's football related, so that it appeals to my current Twitch audience, but also transitions them into watching the Lego stuff secretly. Some of them won't even realise we're making Lego. They'll have seen the Barcelona stuff and assume that this is Football Manager, and they've not really checked in enough detail to realise what it is, and that's ideal, that's deliberate. We've got a piece missing here, folks. We actually do have a piece missing. One of these little pieces is not here. Did I drop it on the floor when everything went splat a minute ago? No. I mean, we've got so few pieces left from this bag, and it is definitely not one of these because it's this colour, but one of the little flat things. Have we got any more of these? Ugh. Otherwise, we might have to just substitute something else in. This is why I need that big box of bulk Lego, so I have spares of things. We've got Diversity Day Take 2 out of the office set, if we could use that. I don't think I have a substitute piece. So, I guess we just don't put that piece in. What I might do... Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. The hell have I done here? I've put two of them on the bottom row, and I don't know why. Only one of them's needed there. I have no idea why I put two of the same piece next to each other on here. But there you go, problem solved. Oh God. How many times is that now? I'm a silly bear. Got to keep my can out of shot. Yeah, that was definitely Topher's fault. Right. I've lost where I was now. That's distracted me. Right, so this piece goes on. And then that piece. And then here we go. We are close to finishing another one of these little things. Little strips of stand. We just have to put the last bit of seating in. So that is with these ones. Ah! I'm so eager to get it built that I'm flailing them everywhere. I want to finish the whole stadium tonight. I'm not going to finish the whole stadium tonight. A bloopers video would be fun. You need to send the clips to Topher then. And he can make a bloopers. He'll love that. He'll love being given extra work to do. He thinks he's got a night off tonight because he's not got an FM stream credit for the morning. But he would love it if you lot gave him some work to do. He loves work, that boy. Oh. I need to record some of those sounds. They're great clicking sounds for making the ASMR videos I keep seeing on TikTok. These ones click together really nicely. Right, and that goes in there. And then that, they click together. So now we've got three of those together as a solid piece, look. That's starting to spell out this bit along there. And we have a sparesy piece. Right, we should have time for at least one more bag. Planning to be live for another hour or so. So we can get on to bag 5. Bag 5, believe it or not, is going to be some more of these. So bag 5. We've got 2 bag 5s. I don't know why we have 2 bag 5s. Seeing your enthusiasm has definitely made me get excited to get back into it. That's the goal. I'm having a lovely time with it. I mean, I certainly have an obsessive personality. The autism definitely helps. But it's just... Anna said to me, is it because your brain sort of switches off? And it's exactly that. I mean, it's a little bit different when I'm streaming, but... And it's always something I'm reluctant to talk about because obviously I have a job that a lot of people would dream of having. So I don't want to come across like I'm moaning about my job, because I love my job, but it is quite stressful at times. Being self-employed in any kind of job is stressful. Not necessarily, obviously sitting there playing Football Manager, not stressful. Love that part of the job, but that's not all the job is. So there is a lot of stress in day-to-day life, and just being able to sit and do this and kind of switch my brain off and just have fun doing something that I loved doing as a kid has been great. So yeah, it's highly recommended. Don't be stressed, build Lego. You know, give up smoking and spend that money on Lego sets. That's the logic I'm using with Anna. I gave up smoking over 10 years ago, but that's beside the point. I should be able to use the money I would be spending on cigarettes on Lego, because, you know, it acts as the same purpose. It's stress relieving. I don't know how many times you can apply that logic, but I'm going with it. You know, it's cheaper than cigarettes. Would you prefer I started smoking again after all these years? Can we get a Lego Discord channel? Absolutely we can. I am awful at Discord. I have a Football Manager one that I always forget to post in, but yeah, I'm up for that. I'll get that set up soon. If that's what people want, that's what people will get. I really want to build a little community here. That's going to be very cool. There you go. Topher's just put a message on Slack telling me to set up a Lego Discord. I will set up a Lego Discord because I think it'd be cool. I think we'll have a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely I'll get that sorted before the next stream, which will be this week, definitely. Before we go to Rome, there will be another stream. I love a hyperfixation hobby. Absolutely, they're great. Don't start smoking again. I wouldn't. I don't even like the smell of it these days. But you know, you gotta allow people to think that you might, to justify spending the money on the Lego. I really think I will, unless of course I can buy that new Lego set. That Natural History Museum looks great. I think that would help me not start smoking again. After all this time. Right. Where are we? Sounds like there's a dog outside my window, which I don't think there is, because my dog is in my house. Unless there's a second dog in the world, which seems unlikely. Right, where is the... There it is. There it is, look. We are making roaring progress. The other thing as well is I'm going to be able to get an early night tonight, because after every stream I've done for the last couple of weeks at least, after every stream I stop streaming, I go upstairs and have my little snacky snack, and then I come back down and build Lego for 2 hours. Whereas I don't need to do that tonight because I've already done the building Lego. So I'll be able to go straight to bed at like 10:15. I'll wake up tomorrow fresh as a daisy, which I need to be, because IKEA are coming any time from like 9 onwards. And I need to clear a route for them, because tomorrow it's a big risk of a day, because we've bought all this furniture. I've screenshot the place on the IKEA website where it says they'll deliver to any room. The room we want them to deliver to is on the top floor of our house, so they've got to go up 2 flights of stairs. And I did speak to IKEA customer service, and they said, well, it's at the discretion of the delivery drivers. If they think they can do it safely, they will. But if they don't think they can do it safely, they'll have to deliver it to a different room. Well, it's absolutely zero use to us in a different room. So if they can't deliver it into the room we want, we're going to have to reject the delivery and get a refund and figure out a new plan. But yeah, I need to make sure that the route is as clear as it could possibly be. No dog toys on the bed or anything like that. Shoes not on the floor near the door, all that kind of thing. So yeah, I need to be up earlier than they're going to be here, making sure Dave hasn't wrecked the place. And I don't want to give them any excuse to decide it's not safe for them to get up the stairs. Bearing in mind, 2 weeks ago, we had a man with a van turn up and remove the bed that was in that room. So he's carried a bed down the stairs, and that was safe, because that was literally what he was here being paid to do. So I would very much argue if they said it wasn't safe. So I think it'll be fine, but we've never had IKEA furniture delivered to anywhere other than our doorstep before, because I didn't really realise you could have that done, because I don't really read the rules normally. But fingers crossed it ends up in the right bedroom as planned, and then we've got a grown-up tomorrow coming to assemble it for us, booked through IKEA as well. But he's made it very clear that he won't be bringing it up the stairs. So he said to us that we need to make sure the delivery drivers bring it up the stairs, because if he gets here tomorrow and it's all downstairs, he will not be moving it up there to assemble it. So I'll assemble it downstairs. No, it's no use to us downstairs. So yeah, that's going to be fun tomorrow. Hopefully I won't be having any stressful stories to tell you about on tomorrow night's stream. And tomorrow night's stream will be a Football Manager stream as well. So we're not abandoning the Football Manager. As much as I'm enjoying the Lego, I do know what my bread and butter is. Got to keep doing the Football Manager as well. At least until we hit the first 1 million subscribers on the Lego stuff. Then I can promise you this, when we hit 1 million subscribers, I'll drop Football Manager like a stone. No, I won't. I will... I'd just do it during launch, and then this time of year when people aren't really watching anyway, make Lego. That's the dream, isn't it? God, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be lovely? Is it pre-built? What, the furniture? No, that's why we've got to have a man come and build it for us. We've got 3 Billy bookcases, a desk and a Kallax all being delivered tomorrow. So yeah, I don't want to have to build all that myself. I don't have time to build all that myself. And I'm not very good at it, so if I did build it myself, it would take me all week and it would all fall over anyway. So at least this way it's going to be done properly by a real boy with real tools. I was looking at it, they even do assembly on shelves, and I'm awful at putting shelves up. So when we do the Lego City room, because we're going to have some shelves in there, I think I'm going to pay for the installation of the shelves as well, because it's only like £8, I think, to have a shelf installed. So it just seems like a no-brainer. We've had shelves that we bought when we moved into this house that are still in the box in the living room, because I know I'll put them up badly. So I think we'll be paying to have the shelves put up for us as well. FM will be for fun rather than a job. I mean, the ideal is that it all becomes for fun. There's so many channels that are all fun to do. I would love to never have the pressure to do any of them all the time, if that makes sense. I don't want it to sound like I don't want to do my job. I just want to be able to wake up in the morning and be like, what kind of video do I feel like making today? And it not matter. Whereas at the moment, obviously I have to do Football Manager every day. And then I have to do a travel video every week. So I've got a travel video coming out tomorrow that I've not made yet, and I'm not travelling anywhere tomorrow. I know what the video is going to be, but I've got to sit there tomorrow and record it. But it would be nice to be in a position where I'm like, I don't need to do that. I'm not travelling anywhere. I don't need to make that video. But I do need to make that video because the algorithm. Curse you, algorithm. We have to have that weekly video out. Plus, it is a valuable video that lots of people have asked for. We're going to be talking about what we learned during our first cruise, what we'd do differently next time, and it's the most common question I've been asked in the comments to all of those videos. So it is a video that is worth making, but it's just knowing that I have to make it tomorrow, or else the algorithm will be upset with me, because the algorithm is a monster. How much was the Camp Nou Lego set? It was about £350, including the lighting setup, which is more than it cost at launch. It's not an active set anymore. It's a retired set, so it was a little bit more expensive. I'm not going to make a habit of buying retired sets, but I felt like I needed at least one football stadium, and this was the one that I wanted, because I didn't want the Bernabeu or Old Trafford. So this, at the moment, the plan is that this is the only football stadium that's going in the collection. Talk to me again in a year, and then we'll know for sure if I stuck to that. But at the moment, that's the plan. Right, this is slightly different on this bit. We're actually doing a slightly different bit of section, which this hasn't varied for a little while. I'd got into a bit of a routine with it, but good job I am actually still paying attention to the instructions. I can't find the piece that I need. I really should sort the pieces out before I start building. Now you lot have put that in my head, my brain wants to do it. Stupid brain. You've got a little stud on top of that one. I guess there's maybe a flag going up there on that one. Yeah. Oh, a floodlight. Maybe a floodlight pylon thing? Maybe. Or a flag or something. I don't really know what that little stud thing is for. But it's there now. Do they do any other football stadiums? The only other ones they do are Old Trafford and the Bernabeu. But they're all retired now. I don't think they sold very well, believe it or not. Football stadiums for this global company. I don't think the Americans bought a lot of football stadiums, for example. So I think it's arranged that they've discontinued in general. I don't think there's going to be any more football stadiums now, which is a shame because it would be great for them to do Wembley. I'd love a Wembley. If they announce a Wembley, then I retract everything I've just said. I would buy a Wembley immediately. But I'm not expecting there to be any more football stadiums now, unfortunately. So it'd be nice to have one in the collection as the little crossover between my day job and my new bit on the side. I think that's fair. Right, I'm missing a piece. I'm not missing a piece. I just can't immediately find it. That doesn't mean that it's missing, Kev. Stop worrying. There we go. And then we need more of these little support beam things that we are starting to get quite a few of around the back. Get that on there. And then a little pointy jobby. We need 2 of those. So another one of those on there. And that in there. Ah, it's stuck in there. Is there no knockoff Wembley? There probably is a knockoff Wembley. I don't really want knockoff sets though at this stage. I mean, if I was going to get knockoff sets, I'd have bought a load of the Pokemon ones. I'm not saying I'll never do them, but at the moment there's so much official stuff that I don't need to be messing around with the knockoff stuff yet. But give me time and I'm sure I'll get involved. Right, I don't know where this piece is supposed to be. Do you reckon this is the space between? No, it's not, because that S goes straight onto, so that should clip onto there. So that whole thing is clipped together now, because looking at this as a guide, we go from the S to the C, so that is all clipped together. So I'm guessing this piece is for here, I think. We're still just clipping them together anyway and hoping. Is that in? I can't tell if that's clipped in. I think it has. There you go. We are starting to, it's starting to look a little bit more like a football stadium. We're getting there. Guess what we're building next, boys and girls? Building another one of these. We're going to start moving around here, I think. They do start to change a little bit. And then we've got a roof on this side. We've got this whole front bit. So it's not just going to be building these all the way through. Is it not the bit in the middle? Well, I don't think it's going to go on beyond this because it didn't have an L on. So it's not the next bit this side. So it must be this side. There's no gap between the two on the diagram. So it's definitely, that is right. That's how it's supposed to be. And then the pitch, I guess, slots in like that. Although it looks like there's a bit of green around the pitch, so let's not just slot the pitch in. But so when it's finished, it's probably only going to be about that high. It's not going to be quite as huge as I feared it might be. It's still going to be pretty substantial though. What's the best Lego set that I've made so far? Probably the Sanctum Sanctorum. I really enjoyed making. I really love making buildings, and I'm holding back on making too many of them until I've got the space to store them. But I had to make one. Building buildings was always my favourite thing when I was younger. So I've got plenty of buildings to build. I've already bought the Avengers Tower. I've got the Daily Bugle building. I've got the Assembly Square modular set. So I've got lots more buildings to get on with once we've got the city room up and running. But that's going to be, and I mean, bearing in mind we're away for 2 weeks from the middle of the week, it's going to be the best part of a month until that room is ready to have actual sets put in it, so I can't really start building any more big buildings until then. So I'm making do with smaller sets. I've got the because they've had the Mario stuff, the Mario offer on at the moment for Mario Day, which was today, Mario Day, March 10, MAR 10, Mario Day today. Did that need explaining? Probably not. But they've done double loyalty points on Mario sets. So I got the Mighty Bowser one, and I got the Nintendo Entertainment System one, which was my first games console. So I've got those two to make. So I've got bigger sets to be getting on with. But I really can't wait to get properly started on making the city. And just getting the big buildings. I've got the train set that I got today. I want to get the roads in and everything. I'm spending a lot of time just planning how the city might end up looking. So yeah, I really can't wait to get started on making the city. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to have my little superhero area. Really looking forward to the Batman set that comes out at the end of the month as well. The animated series like art set thing that we have on the wall. That's going to look very cool. There's lots of really cool stuff on the way. But I'm just having lots of fun clipping blocks together. It's great. I'm trying to work out the logistics of how we're going to do the channel membership on YouTube. Because I like the idea of, because the channel is called Block Party, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok and Instagram. All the links are scrolling around the bottom of the screen now if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. If you're watching on TikTok, it's the same username on YouTube and Instagram as the one you are watching on TikTok. I can't remember what I was saying before I got into that little shout out of the channel. Oh yeah, because the channel's called Block Party, we like the idea of there being a section of the city where there is a block party happening. And then with the channel membership, we would like to have little minifigs that get allocated to channel members. So those people who decide to support us with channel membership can attend the block party in the form of a minifig. So I'm trying to work out exactly how I'm going to make that work at the moment. So I found this website where you can design your own minifig. So I think what we're going to do is, like, as an entry level membership, I'll just allocate a minifig from a box of minifigs that I'll have to give you for the lowest level. But then for the higher levels, maybe we'll design a custom one, or you can design a custom one on this website, and that one I'll attend the block party. And I think that'd be quite cool. But we're again just trying to figure out how all these little bits are going to work. There's so much involved in setting up a new channel. That's just one of the things I've been pondering a lot. It's going to be awesome. Is there a loud Bluetooth speaker in the stadium that plays music by Block Party? I mean, we could probably arrange that as well. Why not? I will forever emphasise we have a K for Kevin in our Block Party, unlike Block Party the band, who also happen to be one of my favourite bands as well, which isn't going to make the court case any easier to defend when they send us a cease and desist about their name. That's not why they're called that. ChatGPT recommended it. Right, I've ballsed up here somewhere. I've missed a step. What have I done here? Right, there should be a black brick there. Yeah, there we go. I just missed out a black brick. We're good. We don't need to worry. Hi Kevin, just subbed to your channel. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. The more the merrier. Maybe go and follow the TikTok and the Instagram while you're there, boys and girls. Why not? You don't want to miss out on any exciting Lego content, including but not limited to going to the Rome Lego store. And within the next week, there'll be TikToks about that, because we'll be going there probably on Friday. Because what I learnt today, going to the Lego store in Milton Keynes, is don't go to the Lego store at the weekend because it's full of kids. So maybe, if I'm planning on filming in the shops, probably a good idea to go when the kids are at school. So one of the first things we're going to do when we get to one of the world's great cities, we'll arrive in Rome on Friday, and one of the first things we do, before we even dumped our bags, to the Lego store. Or we could potentially go on Monday, but you know I'm not going to wait until Monday. It'll be fine. Right. One thing I have noticed is apparently the weather in Rome, really, what was that, 18 degrees in Rome next week? So we're actually going to have a little bit of a warmish weather break as well, which is going to be nice. Very much looking forward to that. Had lasagna for tea tonight, just to warm myself up for the Italian food. Got one of these bricks the wrong way around. I told you it would happen with these little ones that are supposed to pretend to be the seating. They have to be a certain way round. And I am definitely going to get several of them the wrong way round throughout this build. I am very, very sure of that. Right, I've done something wrong here. What have I done wrong? There we go. Silly Kev. Problem solved again. Clip another one of these in. And again, I think this is the bit that's going to go there. I'm surprised it's not got all the sponsorship around it. They must have agreed to this set before the Spotify sponsorship, because I don't think it's going to have the big Spotify speaker, and it's not got all the Spotify adverts around the ground that are there or were there before they knocked it down. Make sure you pack some shorts. The problem with me packing shorts is once I start wearing shorts for the year, I don't stop, and I don't necessarily want to come back and start wearing shorts in March in England. Or I'm going to Scotland as soon as I'm back for one day. I get back from Rome on the Tuesday, I think, and then on the Thursday we're driving to Edinburgh. I don't want to be wearing shorts in Scotland in whatever time of year it is. What time of year is it? March. So I'll force myself to wear trousers in Italy rather than forcing myself to be sensible about trousers. Right, so that goes on there. And then another one of these little grippy ones. Is Anna going with me to the Roma match? No. Anna has no interest in football, and plus needs a lot more rest time when we're on trips, because I mean we can't take her scooter because we're flying cheap on Ryanair and it's far too much hassle to take a scooter. Her decision, not mine. I didn't tell her she wasn't allowed to bring it because it was too much hassle. She didn't want the hassle of having to bring it. So she's going to very much appreciate having a rest day. We're flying on the Friday, and then I think the match is on the Sunday, and then we fly home on the Tuesday. So our big exploration days will be Saturday and Monday. So we'll fly in on Friday, but probably not do much in the way of exploration on the Friday because Anna will need some rest and recovery time when we get there. I'll probably have a wander around nearby the hotel, find somewhere nice for us to have dinner, maybe do a little bit of very local sightseeing on my own, and then we'll go out together on the Saturday and have a big day of exploring. Whoop. And then I'll go to the football on the Sunday while she has a recovery day, and then and then we'll do another day of exploration on the Monday after she's had a day of recovering from the Saturday, and then we come home again on the Tuesday. So it should work out quite nicely once we've worked out exactly what we're planning on seeing while we're there, which I'm still not entirely sure. I know vaguely what the big tourist things in Rome are, but I've not done any research, so that's a job for this week as well. There'll be mobility shops you can rent from if needs be. Yeah, we might end up doing that. We haven't really looked into it, but if it seems straightforward to do and we don't have to, like, I'm not going to a country where I don't speak the language and paying a €500 deposit or anything silly like that. That's what they wanted when we were in Amsterdam the other week. There was a place where we could hire a scooter from, but they wanted a £500 deposit or a €500 deposit, and I just didn't feel comfortable leaving such a big deposit in a country where I don't speak the language and had to leave at a certain time. It's too easy for them to rip you off in that circumstance, and we are always afraid of being ripped off. So there you go, got another one of those in. So we'll see. I don't know if that's supposed to curve around like that, or if it's supposed to. I guess it does curve, doesn't it? So I think it's supposed to be more pushed together like that, which is cool. Is it just... No, this is not just on TikTok. We're live on YouTube, Twitch and TikTok all at the same time. Right. Yeah, so that's it from the other side. So we've now got this little area where it's all built with the little strut things on the back, and now we're starting on the corner, so it is looking right according to the book. And now we are, what time are we? We've got time to do one more bag, I think. We'll open up bag 6. We'll do one more bag, which, believe it or not, is going to be another one of these things. I think that's already looking quite cool. I'm very easily pleased. How many pages in the instruction book? This instruction book is over 300 pages. And there is a second one that's just as big. There's a lot. There is a lot. But it's going to look so cool when it's finished, especially because we've got the lighting set for it as well. So once I finish building it, we'll then do a stream figuring out how to get the lighting up and running. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. When I went there, where did I sit? About here. So to my right was the bit with the roof on, and I was in the top tier, about there probably. I'll super glue a minifig to that part of it when I finish building it, so people know where I was. You could stun a small badge with the instruction book right at the start of the stream. And again, if you're on YouTube, you can rewind the stream, I think. Right at the start of the stream, I took the 2 instruction books in my hand and dropped them onto the desk, and I thought the desk was going to collapse. There is certainly a lot of instruction here. An awful lot of instruction. Similar to me, I was at the same end, but in the blue seats. Oh, well, and the next tier down, yeah, okay. Did you have leg room? Because that was the one thing I remember. I only went a year ago, there's more than one thing I remember. But one of the really big things I remember is there was not enough leg room. There was this bar in front of me, and there was not enough leg room for a man of my length. I'm a lengthy boy, and there was not enough leg room for me. So, glad they knocked it down. Rebuild it with some actual human grown-up leg room, and I'll go back again. Right, where's my beverage? How many bags are there if I'm only on bag 6? There was over 30. It's a big set. I mean, I know it was an expensive set, but I guess similar to how we talk about with Football Manager sometimes, you do, I mean, you don't have to, but you can think about it in terms of how much entertainment per minute or per hour you're getting out of it. And yes, dropping £300 on a Lego set seems absolutely bananas, but when you think about the fact that we're not even a quarter of the way through and we are getting on for 3 hours deep, this must be a 15-hour set just to build it. And then of course you've got the enjoyment of having the thing afterwards as well, as a collector's piece, as a model that you can display, and people do spend money on that kind of thing that they don't build themselves. So there's value there as well. But even just, I mean, let's say when this was new, it was £250. I spent more than that because it's retired now. But at £250 over 15 hours, you're spending £16 an hour on entertainment, which is cheaper than going to a football match. Probably comparable to going to a movie, maybe a little more than going to a movie, but it's kind of comparable on a entertainment per minute basis. And then you add in I mean, I am absolutely justifying all this to myself, aren't I? But then you add in the long-term enjoyment of having it and it being cool. And it's going to be in my, like that wrestling belt that cost me £300. I paid the same amount for that as I paid for this, and I love that. And it just sits there. I wore it once. Otherwise, it just sits there as it's a cool thing to look at. Well, this is going to be a cool thing next to that cool thing. But in addition to having the cool thing looking at it value, I've got all this fun of making it as well. I think it's pretty good value, which is probably an insane thing to say. But it seems pretty good value to me. I'm having a lovely time. That's not me saying it's not expensive. I fully acknowledge it's expensive. But People buy expensive things all the time. Right. This one is different to the ones we've done so far. I'm trying not to get confused. My two boys love their Lego sets. They've got plenty of Harry Potter and Marvel sets, and they spend full days on new sets when they build them. Exactly. You can put a movie on while you're building if you weren't streaming. Yeah, definitely. And I have been. When I made the Sanctum Sanctorum, I watched the Doctor Strange movie. It felt appropriate. When I build the Daily Bugle, I'll watch some Spider-Man movies. When I make the Avengers Tower, I'll watch an Avengers movie. Or several Avengers movies, I imagine. When I made The Office, I was watching The Office. It all seems completely appropriate. Right. Where's my little wang jangler? There it is. One little wang jangler. Slot that in there. That goes on there. I'm not ignoring you, chat. I'm just getting stuck in. I got the Star Wars helmets. Yeah, I've got the Spider-Man one because I'm not really into Star Wars, which I feel like if anything's going to get me into Star Wars, it'll be Lego. Because there's so many cool Star Wars sets, but I'm not into Star Wars at all. There might be sets that I get just because they look fun to build. And I won't necessarily know anything about them. But yeah, I got the Spider-Man helmet, which is cool. I want the Star-Lord one as well. But there's not a huge number of helmets for the Marvel ones. So I think if I want to keep making helmets, I might have to get myself into Star Wars somehow. Which you can be sure, if and when that day comes, I'll be asking for help on stream. Because I've never even watched that. I find the movies quite boring. Do they have any wrestling Lego? They don't, no. But never say never. Wouldn't it be great if they did? That would be the end for me if they did. Right, so we don't have a lower tier on this one, which I guess means it's that one, which looks like it doesn't have a lower tier. So I think this is the last one in the corner. And then that'll be this corner section done, I think. I think that's what we're doing currently. Your office really is a small room, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. It's a very small room. Which I've now decided to carry on working out of for the foreseeable, because the big room upstairs that I was going to be moving into, we're building our Lego City in. But yeah, I've never been exaggerating when I said I work in a cupboard. I work in a cupboard. Oh, it's great. I like my little cupboard. It means I don't have to have any heating on in here because the lamps heat it up plenty on their own. Right, where's the one of them? There it is. There it is. And that goes on there like that. There we go. Sorted. Keeping the boxes. I'm keeping the boxes of the big expensive stuff. So I've kept the box for the Sanctum Sanctorum, and I'll keep the box for this. I've not kept the boxes for anything else because I don't have the room to store loads of boxes. And I figure if a set... I think at the moment my rough rule of thumb is if it's one of those boxes that has the tear holes on it, like it literally has the thumb holes and it's intended for you to tear the box, I'm tearing those boxes and I'm throwing them away afterwards. These tear holes. So they have the little thumb tear holes. I don't need to keep the boxes for those kind of things. But things like this, that is a big collector's piece, that if my life did take a turn and I had to sell some stuff, this would fetch a lot of money, especially with the box. So I'm keeping the box for this set. I keep the box, like I'll keep the Avengers box. We'll keep the box for Anna's Disney Castle. So yeah, the expensive ones will keep the boxes, but we've got to be realistic about just having storage room for them. And we don't really have a huge amount of storage room. Because although it's a 4-bed house, it's quite a small 4-bed house. Right. We have nearly finished this corner of the stadium. So that goes on there like that. And then we just need we need a set of red seats. And then we're almost a third of the way through manual 1. Yeah, the great thing about Lego, and I am keeping track of everything we buy and how much we've spent on it, but the great thing about Lego is even once you've, unlike other things I collect, like wrestling figures, Pokemon cards, stuff like that, as soon as you take them out of the box, Funko Pops, as soon as you take them out of the box, their value falls through the floor. But Lego, although obviously stuff is worth more if it's still in its original box, it's not to the point where this set becomes worthless because I've built it. If I were to build this, keep it on display for a couple of years, and then decide I want to sell it, I could probably sell it in 2 or 3 years' time for more than I've paid for it, even though I've had it out, built it, had it on display. I could just put it all back in the box with the instruction books and sell it for more than I paid for it. That's great. That's really great. Right, we've got another book fact. The construction of Camp Nou went 5 times over its original budget. I bet they had to pull some financial levers, and left the club in a delicate financial state for many years. So presumably they only built it a few years ago. Oh, we're building something different. Right, hold on. This goes on here, and then we're making something different. Right, so that goes in there like that. So we don't have the bottom tier bit for that section. So it kind of goes around like that. Now we're building a different bit. Oh, no way this gets finished today. We never planned to finish it today. When me and Topher were talking about this in the planning stage, it was very much a case of it will need at least 4 streams probably. That was the estimate, 4 streams. I think it might end up needing a 5th, especially if we're putting the lighting on stream. But yeah, it was never going to be all in one go, and it's not going to be consecutive streams either. So tomorrow's stream will be Football Manager, and then we'll do at least one more Lego stream before I go to Rome. Mainly, I mean, we kind of have to, because when you start streaming on TikTok, they only give you a 2-week trial, and you have to stream at least twice during your 2 weeks, or they take your ability to stream away. So we need to do this at least one more time before I go to Rome to meet the TikTok criteria. So I'm thinking Wednesday we'll probably carry on the build. So we'll be streaming across all 3 sites again. And then we'll keep streaming across all 3 of them while we're building this set. But then future sets will just be on YouTube and TikTok. So if you're watching this on Twitch because you're a regular Twitch viewer, and if you're only interested in the new camp, then that's fine. You don't need to do anything. But if you are a Twitch viewer who's enjoying the Lego content and would like more of it, it won't be going away after we've built the new camp, but it will be leaving Twitch. So make sure you follow on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. It's at Block Party UK on all of those. The link is scrolling around the bottom of the screen, which I can't believe more of you haven't complained about, but it's scrolling around the bottom of the screen. I urge you to follow us on there, not just because it helps us out, but because it will help you find the content as well, so it won't always be here on Twitch. If you're watching on TikTok now, you're probably very confused. What's he talking about, Twitch? I'm live on Twitch as well at the moment. We're live on Twitch and YouTube and TikTok all at the same time. Isn't that fancy? Posher on Sky Wednesday night. That doesn't mean I can't stream. I mean, I would be streaming anyway. It might be that we end up switching the days around a little bit. Depends what I decide I need to focus more on, Football Manager or Lego. Which one is going to require more of my attention? But we'll have a ponder. Either way, there will be at least one more Lego stream before I go to Rome. That's for sure. So if you don't stream on TikTok every fortnight, then you're banned from streaming permanently. No. When you first get the ability to stream, you have to do your first 2 streams within the first 2 weeks, or they take it away. You then, once you get that ability, you then have to do at least 2 more streams within the next 6 months, I think it is, or 3 months. So yeah, it relaxes a little bit after you've got through that initial spell. But basically, they're checking up on you in those early days to make sure you're meeting all the community standards and that kind of thing. So it's fair. I don't mind. Right, so now we've got another little support bit in there that doesn't actually have anything attached to it, which is a little bit confusing. But that was that for that bag, and I think that's where we're going to end the stream, folks, because, in fact, are we? Let me just look back at the early bit of the instructions, because there was a whole section. There's so much in here. Oh no, we'd have to do 2 more bags to finish this plate. So I think we'll pick up again from bag 7 in the next stream. So we are going to wrap it up there for today. We're not even halfway through the first instruction book. We've got a lot more to do. But like I say, if you've enjoyed this, make sure you're following on Twitch. Make sure you've subscribed on YouTube. Make sure you're following on TikTok. And why not follow on Instagram as well? It's at Block Party UK on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. Obviously Twitch, it's just my normal Illusion one, but we won't be doing Lego stuff here on Twitch long term. So if you're here for the Lego, it's YouTube, TikTok or Instagram. They're the 3 platforms we've decided to do for this. So make sure you subscribe / follow on all of those things. The next stream will be Wednesday, probably, might be Tuesday, probably Wednesday. But obviously there'll be content between now and then anyway. And also we're hoping before the end of the week to have our first proper video out on the new YouTube channel. We just need Anna's room to be ready first, but fingers crossed we'll be able to get that done as well. What I do need to figure out now is how to end the stream. So I'm using Restream. I don't really know how to end the stream. So I know how to end TikTok because I do Football Manager on TikTok as well. So I'll say bye-bye to TikTok first. Bye-bye TikTok. Thank you for watching. Following all those other places. Toodle pip TikTok. So that's us saying goodbye to TikTok. For Restream, I don't really know what to do. I don't really know how to stop it. I think I probably just hit stop streaming on the thing. I don't think we're going to be able to do a raid. So we'll just wrap it up there, I think. Same message to you lot. Subscribe everywhere else. And I'll see you in the next stream. Thanks for watching, folks.